up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
Hey, how all you glow-tards doing? Just wanted to check in from how you were doing when you all learned about me, when you were just little wee little ones, and you were too stupid to question anything, and you know, just wanted to check in to make sure you still believed in me. You still believe in me, right? You better still believe in me. Because if you don't, I'm gonna call you names. Like, you still live in your mama's basement, and you better not breed. That's okay. I know you still believe in me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind, coming to you 251 and a half miles above your imagination in the international fake station, this IT nightmare we call home. We like to sail along here across this flat and level plain that we live upon. And I have my good friend Something Wong is co-piloting back there. He keeps the bongs packed, he keeps the joints rolled, and he keeps the systems running. Sometimes you'll hear him eating noodles in the background, but not always. Anyway, welcome everybody. I've got Lowry backstage, and we'll bring him up here in just a minute. I've got a lot of people out here already today. We've got Horse Sheet. And I didn't cuss YouTube, that's the name. I'm innocent over here. Got Spitfire, Jeremy Bird. Sandro's with us here tonight too. We got, let's see, I'm going to have to stop this from scrolling. Got Dylan Herons here with us too. Who else we got? Hercules. Sean Elke's with us as well. Mojo Shop. What's going on, my man? Super Sidewinders with us as well. Unindoctrinated. We've got GT 1982 Mustang. That was a good year for that car. I can guarantee you that. We've got, which reminds me, I was just doing some work with a guy I used to work for. He's now the mayor of the town, and he races cars, and that was one of the small blocks that they used down at the drag strip in Summerduck. It's kind of interesting. We've got Half Warrior with us as well. Let's see who else. HR Biggs, to Alkinator with us as well. And I think, let's see, who did I miss? Anybody did I miss? If I missed you, I'm sorry. I'll try to catch you as you come in on the stream here tonight. Let me get myself down here to the bottom. There we go. And there's Abaza, and Lord has joined us as well. I was hoping the Lord would join us tonight. It's always a good sign when the Lord joins you. So Lowry is welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind.
Here we go again. I've already resigned to the fact that I streamed 7 hours yesterday, and this is just going to be one of those weekends where it's just going to go straight through until we get some answers.
Well, we're getting ready to, Jaron's going to be going live here in about 20 minutes. And for Jaron, that means 45 minutes. So, prepare yourselves for that. Jaron goes by CPT. And
we learned last night. We learned last night that that's going to be 11:30-ish his time in South America, which was a bizarre thing that we found out last night, like midstream. That there's a part of the continent that's 2 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time. Never knew that in all of my 49 years on this place.
Oh, same here.
And we also just since last night we talked today, another revelation about well, you go on Flatsoid this afternoon, and we were talking about it. It was like, well, I can see the sun. I could see it. Well, when it was up, I could see it right out here. And we just did kind of a general reckoning. I just looked. I said it looks roughly southwest of me, and it was 3 o'clock, and it was about 45 degrees in the sky. And then Antarctic Monkeys from Denver, I said, just go look outside and give me an approximation of where you think it is. He's pointing. He says, yeah, it's southeast. That would make sense. And if you just put it together in a rough, a rough way, you could say that the sun looked like it was roughly over maybe Louisiana in its apparent position. Well, Jer and Austin should have been able to, if they didn't, I'm sure they probably did. I'm hoping they did. They should have been looking at the sun north of them. Well north of them, actually, because they're a lot further out, from where the sun circuit is. They should have been looking north to see that occur. So, like, I'm thinking whatever they're going live, we're going to learn something, because I don't think they even needed to go to Antarctica to get the observation they needed to get. That's just where we're at. If they do go, they're fine. But I think they got what they needed today. That's just my guess. As we move forward.
We'll see. I'm also thinking that we're going to see some strange shit. I've been thinking along these lines after talking to people in Australia and stuff about their sunsets and whatnot. And I'm going, this motherfucker is way bigger than they're telling us. That's what's really going on. Yeah. This motherfucker is way bigger.
Yeah. And they also, if you just, whatever little glimpse we had, they when they thought they were pointing south, and they were having problems with their compasses, but they thought they were looking south, and there was a small pocket of illumination, which apparently was directly south. Right. But they had to have had that on their mind today when they got up, thinking, okay, what's the sun doing? Which direction it's going? And is it really doing this coming from the southeast and curving back to southwest, which totally would go against the observation I had straight out of my loft today. I've got like 18 windows in my loft. I could see the sun was right there, and Antarctica Monkeys, he's in Denver. He approximated where I thought it should probably be, which is halfway between, here in Denver, I'm in New York City, and southward, which would be really, really bizarre, if they're talking about a sun observation that's coming in an opposite arc, which, I'm starting to get the inkling that they're probably seeing something they don't understand down there right now. And that's just me. That's where I'm at on it.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting. I've had a lot of people hit me on Facebook and go, final experiment. And I'm like, yes. And well, what's going to mean if they see a 24-hour sun? I said, it's going to mean that there's something about the sun that we don't fully understand.
Yeah.
What? No, it doesn't mean shit, dude. No more than my neighbor's shingles have anything to do with how much air pressure's in my Jeep tires. Okay.
Yeah.
There's that much related. Okay. Only if you got on this idea that you're on this ball and spinning around and shit. Well, okay. But you got to have a different fucking model for everything that you come up with.
Yeah.
You know, it's a, oh, where's your model? Well, first off, I don't live on a model. Second of all, you've got like 50 fucking models. And they're all each one to show a specifically different thing. And it's like, so you don't even really have a working model. In fact, you've got an entire hodgepodge of bullshit based on a myth created by some guy in the 18th century about mass attracting mass. That is the biggest load of horse shit that's ever come down the pike. And they've got these people who think they're smart believing that and directing all of their attention and all of their studies toward that fucking mythical belief.
Yeah, it's mysticism.
No wonder everybody's fucked up.
Yeah, and I was also thinking too that the globe opening reminded me too is like we're sitting there staring at Mercator maps. You know, most of our, you know, the first part of our adult life, well, our kids' lives and adult life, like up to 18 years old, you're looking at a Mercator map on a wall, yeah, and then a globe, and so you're trying to reconcile what is all this, and then you have the whole, you know, this in the woo-woo mode with Stavely, where he was talking about South America moving to the right. And I remember specifically on the Mercator projections that I was looking at, it was more just like right below us, you know. And I had a friend in college who was from Brazil. He says, he said all of South America is basically in Central Time Zone. And then I learned last night that they're on some place that's 2 hours ahead of us. And I don't know if that could be something that they just made up. We're like trying to figure out, like, well, then where are they exactly? You know, because at the end, if the tip of South America is sticking out into the Atlantic Ocean 2 hours ahead of us, I mean, it doesn't reflect that way. At least on all the maps that I've looked at, you know, I can't look at a globe anymore because it's so distorted. You can't get any true information out of it. But like on the Mercator, it's like that thing's got to be, I guess, curling out into the Atlantic if that's what it is. You know, and that's why I think today, like, I think they got something today that's going to be intriguing one way or another, because I'm sure they found. I mean, I don't know why they didn't mention it last night, but like the 2 hours ahead of time was a brand new thing to me.
Yeah,
that was new information.
Well, there's a lot of fuckery involved with everything south of the equator to begin with. Okay. And if you go back and look at how they established the meridian south of the equator and the shit that went on with that, oh my God, what a nightmare problem they had doing that. No wonder they just said, fuck it. It's the same as it is north. You know, I mean, it's that much bullshit involved with it. This is why their calculated speeds that they come up with in the south are much slower than those calculated in the north, because the meridians literally do spread away from each other. It's unavoidable. They don't spread away and then come back together again on some kind of that's just dumber and fuck.
I can also imagine, like, when you read about, is it Cook, Captain Cook? And where they were running into issues out there, and they really were depending on celestial navigation. They really were. And like, and if I remember right, the reckoning was always off every day. You know, it's been a while since I read about that, and maybe you can update me, but it was like he was reckoning, and it took him, you know, how much longer than he thought it was going to take, and he was reckoning the wrong way. He couldn't figure out the stars and why it was going. I can understand that, because, you know, that now they have it. And again, this is probably my weak point in all this, which is declination. Is that is that basically the lines getting wider and wider? Is that what we're talking about? Okay. Yeah,
they literally, the meridians literally do spread apart. They don't come back together. And that's why they have to have these meridian corrections in the fucking in the GPS built in. That's why Cook found his way being way out of course and way out of reckoning, because of the fact that they were going by what the globe was telling them rather than by what the reality was.
Yeah.
You see?
And then when you're out on a ship too with men and you're responsible for people's lives, I'm sure they had to refigure out where they were going every day, and it's for their survival, right? And you know, this is going to be a huge like thing. I mean, the data that we're going to get, I'm hoping when they come on that they got sun up, sundown today, and I hope they have like at least a relative. If I know Jer and Austin, they did their best. They're going to do their best to get where it came up, where it went down. And according to Flatzoid, he was checking Sun Calculator today. He said that the sundown was at 10:30 ish, and that would be Punta Arenas time, which apparently is 2 hours ahead of East Coast time. But again, it's their summer out there, so like they have the longer days now.
What does that mean? Arena of bitches?
I don't know. I should probably get that name right because I'm just like saying.
Oh no, I mean that's what it is. It's Punta
Is that what it is?
It's like it's like I know when a Mexican calls you a punta, that's not a good thing.
Arena of women, arena of women's arena. Hold on a second. Yeah. Oh, it's Punta what? Punta Arenas. It's not Punta Arenas.
Punta Arenas.
Yeah, it's
God damn it, speak English for Christ's sake.
Yeah, Punta Arenas. So anyway, I'm looking at them right now. It looks like they're still in downtown there. And that was the thing I was talking about today with Flatzoid too. I was like, look, they're in a town that they can identify. There's signs everywhere. You can take pictures all around. And if they got sun up and sundown data, which we're going to find out here shortly, we're going to find out something really, really important. And I think we're going to be streaming like all weekend long. I don't think I'm going to be off the computer till the end of Sunday, and then I'm going to need a break. But like, this is big because we made an observation today, and we took a basic position of the sun, and they're way out there. I got to switch from saying down to out there. They're out there, and they had to have seen, something that would look like a northerly sun. So we'll see what happens, man. It's going to be really super interesting.
Let me tell you something interesting about that saying down and up. Okay. Here in the Shenandoah Valley, not so much amongst the younger people, but when you talk to a lot of the older folks, people my age or so and older, which I have in the past, of course, many of them have passed now. But when they were talking about going north to Winchester or up near DC or something like that, they called it going down north. And the reason they called it going down north is because the Shenandoah River flows from south to north. And it's a reference to downstream.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought that was weird as shit when I first came here. I said, so where's the job at? Where are we going? We would be building houses. Saying, we going down to Winchester. And I was thinking, fucking Winchester's north. What do you mean down? And I started looking into it, and I figured out what it was from. It's from the river current is where the whole term came from. So
yeah.
Don't feel bad if you say down south. We say down north here.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, almost 50 years of like the way that I've talked about this place I thought I lived in, I still catch myself every now and then I'll say global, and then I'll slap myself. I'm like, did I just say global again?
One of the hardest things to do is to shit can the fucking programming.
Yeah.
You got to shit can outer space. You got to shit can that whole story, man.
Yeah.
You gotta shit can that whole story. Real quick before we have to go to this whole thing right here, there's some newer stuff coming out about these damn drones, man.
Yeah, I learned some stuff. I was telling you backstage. I watched Monkey. Monkey Works. Just some of you guys want to check him out sometime. Monkey Works on YouTube. He's an old military guy. He analyzes air traffic to try to predict possible future events. He's really great. What we were talking about last night, they do have that tech of like above military bases. Anything flies over that thing, it can get shut down, lickety split. And he also confirmed what we were talking about last night, which is pretty much logical. The things that have lights, they want to be seen, so it is highly likely it's people, here in the United States running those things. It's not Iran on a mothership offshore. I just think it's for show. I think whatever this is, it's for show, or it's like consumer grade. And then, we're also mixing it up with some things that don't quite mix up with drones. So there you go.
We don't have Barbara, Jehovah's lovely daughter, Barbara, in the chat right now. And so we're going to find out what's going on here. Barbara, why are you not in the chat right now? People are asking questions.
It looks like the guys are going to go on from Punta Arenas in about 15. I don't believe that for Jer. I don't believe that for 15, but okay, 15 minutes or so.
No, it's Jaron. It's Jaron. Come on, we got plenty of time. Dude, I do a show with him every Wednesday, man. I know. I got time.
But yeah, I mean, and I reached out to Jaron today because I wanted to get a sun. I wanted to see what he was looking at because we had so many eyes on the sun today, and didn't get back. So I don't know how good his signal is down there. Just FYI, we'll see what happens.
So here's the so you did you hear the thing? A guy came on there. He was a Republican neocon, and he was talking about these things are from Iran. There's an Iranian mothership off the coast and all that because they're so hot to go to war with Iran. Well, it looks like Iran has their own drones going on too. Look.
Oh, this is in Iran?
This is in Iran, dude. I heard a theory that perhaps these things are, been here for a long time. They said they were coming up out of the ocean, and maybe they know something's coming and they all fucking leave until it's over or something,
Like they're just jetting. They're like, okay, fuck it, I'm out.
They know some fucking shit's getting ready to come up, and they're like, we're getting the fuck out of here, man. We're not doing this anymore.
Yeah,
we don't care how many free hillbilly buttholes we get to probe. We're not staying, bro.
Yeah, look, here's like what I take out of it, because I always just watch trends, and this is trending hard now, like the UAP UFO thing's trending super hard.
Oh God,
and I'm interested. I'm interested to see where it goes because there's so many ways we can go here. Sorry.
That's all right. That's my fault. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. But we've got now we see the news cycle is, full throttle UFOs, drones, UAPs, whatever. And, if we've seen these things in the past, we see it now. And it's a much easier, like, especially the crowd that's in here tonight in the chat, especially we can sort of see how they develop these news stories, these narratives, or develop these things, and like half of it is done by people on the internet themselves. So you got a bunch of people like pumping up this stuff, but what's nice about it, especially like this community, is that we can all sit back and just be like, that's interesting, that's bullshit, that's interesting over there, and it's like that's what it is daily. And my Twitter is like out of control on UAPs right now. Just
Barbara said she'll be here in just a moment. She has a special guest from chat visiting her. She lost all track of time and will be in chat to join you soon. So Barbara should be here anytime. So that the mystery of where's Barbara has been solved and rectified.
Yeah, let's talk in a little bit, just as a like talking about what we're gonna get from these guys here in a few minutes, because this could be a really super big deal,
right?
That we're getting from these guys. And if they did what I would have done, which I'm sure they did, because Jaron's 10,000 times more anal than I am, we're gonna find out where the sun came up and where it went down. And while I watched the sun do what it does up here, out there they saw it do something maybe different, and that's gonna be the big. That's the big deal. And they don't have to be in Antarctica to see this. They're south enough to get a reading, and we're going to get something that it's either going to confirm or show us something new. I mean, it's a really big fucking deal. I just figured probably we're just going to be streaming off and on through different shows throughout the weekend, because like this is.
Listen, I can't even begin to tell you what they may or may not see. I mean, it's like, let's find out. That's what I'm looking for. And I guess that's the whole thing of the trip. To use the false equivalency of that, well, if there's a 24-hour sun, it means this, that, or the other. No, all that's going to mean is that there's something about the sun we don't understand, and we need to find out more. Secondly, if you're going to even bother to call it an experiment, at least have repetition. This would have to be done like a couple of years in a row to see if the same thing happens, because I'm telling you right now, I have the gut feeling suspicion that there's some kind of a cycle that takes place every so many years, probably 33 or something like that, right?
Something, yeah.
Every 33 years or whatever, or something like these eclipses, because let's face it, this year was really quite a phenomenal year for the sun itself to begin with. We had 2 total eclipses across the United States.
Which was curious, right?
That was really kind of weird. Yeah. Both of them had different shadow paths of totality, different sizes.
So this is a fun one too. Is like, I did see, I didn't see the sun come up, but I do see the sun go in New York. And because I have the luxury of having a lot of light here. So I see a lot of the sun. And it went, which would be down and to the right, which would be, it looks southwest of me, but it's definitely curving down to my right, which would be going basically, this way. Okay. So if they got something opposite arc down there, that's going to be weird because there's no way that opposite arc sun could be showing over here. And that was the whole thing I was trying to impart to Arctic monkeys. And he actually went out and Antarctic monkeys. He actually went out and we got a general idea of like where we saw the sun. And I saw which way it was going. It was going what it normally does in the winter, which it goes across the sky a little lower to the south, but it definitely comes back this way, which would be, I guess, northbound. If they got something arcing opposite, then we got a brand new thing. I mean, we literally have a brand new thing to look at, because if it was above their head and they're seeing it going the other direction, there's no way that sun's lighting up where I'm at.
Right.
Not even a chance. So like, we're talking, I don't know, reflections. We're talking, I don't know. That's why I'm so excited.
I think that's probably going to be what it is reflections. I'm leaning toward that coffee cup caustic. However, we don't really know what they're going to see or if they see anything at all. But the coffee cup caustic makes a lot of sense to me for a lot of reasons. Now, I never claim to know what the shape or material of whatever physical containment is there.
Right.
I only know that there has to be physical containment. It would stand to reason that an arch shape or a dome would be the best architecturally, structurally sound shape in order to achieve holding the waters back, if like the Bible says or whatever, or for any reason, it would still just be the best.
Well, even
it would be the best bet all around. God's not a dummy.
Right. I was going to say from an efficiency standpoint, from an engineering standpoint, I
right.
mean, the utilization of either a reflective or some sort of thing where you only have one source light, but a way to efficiently light and heat and make life in a system, you'd want to take advantage of some sort of reflective or something that I don't understand. And it's above me.
Well,
I'm like the sun and the moon.
It says in the Bible, it says that like molten, like a molten looking glass. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what else is like a molten looking glass? Let's think of a material that's like a molten looking glass. Would be like mercury. Now, I'm not saying that it's created out of mercury, but that right there is a liquid that has the properties of a mirror. You can see your reflection in a puddle of it. Perfect. It's reflective like that. Is it something like that? Perhaps. Yeah. And there's the thing. I want to know what the fuck is making those wakes every time Elon sends up one of those damn rockets. And that ain't gas expanding. I'm sorry, there wasn't enough gas.
It looks like it's skipping off something.
It does.
And
if you were flying over water over the lake and look down at a speedboat going through the water, it looks like almost exactly the same.
Yeah, like a heavy water. Did you ever see that thing where that guy went? He was a submarine guy and he was doing a film. I think it was off the coast of Mexico somewhere, where he went down and he actually filmed a heavier water under the water, which was like an actual lake under the water. And they couldn't get their submersible to go into it. It was just too heavy. But it was literally a lake under the ocean that would, I guess we would call that some sort of superfluid.
Yeah. John, was his name Dwyer?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, it's
he
kind of
died shortly after that.
Yeah, that's curious too, right? I mean,
he was gonna actually have the fucking shit analyzed.
Yeah.
Gonna have a sample of it analyzed, and he ended up dead. And I guess it never got analyzed, and it probably won't ever be. It's been analyzed. You're just never gonna know about it. That's the reality of that.
Yeah, and it's not like woo woo. It's not a woo woo stretch. I mean, if you've done any chemistry at all in your life, there are fluids that are heavier than water, and there could be heavier water. Like again, I haven't experienced it, but I'm like seeing evidences like from that guy's footage underwater, and then looking. Even if you look back on the old, they say they were launching nukes at the firmament. I don't think they were nukes, but they were launching ordnance up into the sky, and it literally looks like it hits something and it spreads out. And this is old. You can find this footage. It's public record. You know, what's the Nicole? What's the channel that we always get the old footage from? It's Periscope. So Periscope Films, guys. If you guys really want to take some deep dives and pick up some nuggets, go to Periscope Films. And there's a lot of old. Here we
got
go.
him.
All right.
Is that working? Do you see the chat too, or no?
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Nice. Mark, what up? What do you see?
Looks like the sun's still up pretty far away.
It's
I'll show you
11:30.
guys.
Yeah. 11:30 p.m. and the sky's looking pretty bright. It's insane.
Well, that's cool. Let me try something out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here.
Can you zoom in on this?
Can you guys hear?
So just so everybody knows, you got Austin's camera on the right, Jaren's on the left.
Sorcery. We're trying to figure out this thing. Sunrise was good. I think they didn't see it. How long after sunrise? You guys could see the sun? I was watching the back of my eyelids rise. It was fun. Mark was still on a plane. Yeah, it's getting exciting for us too. It's pretty crazy. It looks like July in Kalispell. That's what I heard. I heard it looks like up north, like northern Canada. It looks the same when it. Because what's crazy, you know, I've now been further south than I've ever been north. Really? And I've never been south. I've never been past the equator, and I've now been further south than I've ever been north. That's hilarious.
So is that the
How many
direction
people we got watching? I can't see that. Oh yeah, I can. 314. Let's get that number up.
Hard to say.
Hey, share it with your friends and enemies, please. What's up, Chainsaw Cat? Is Witsit talking on the? Why can't I hear him? Does he think he's talking to the? Okay, making sure. I didn't know if you thought you were talking to people. I was like, you're not talking to anybody. It's 11:30. Yes, 11:32. When the going gets weird, it's a little bit weird. Thank you, share it. What's up, Belladonna? Nice to see you. Trying to see who else I recognize. Rhino in the house. What's up, Rhino? Long time. Karen B in the house. The one, the only. She's actually controlling us from her den at the headquarters of the mafia. So I only.
Okay.
Sure.
You guys should hear me now.
I'm getting mic'd.
Just to let y'all know how fucking lame Tune is, he just uploaded some under his McFlatty fucking channel.
Nothing.
Donnie Bravo, baby.
Lame.
No problem.
Yeah.
We're excited. Look at this guy. He's wearing shorts. I'm wearing fucking snow pants and snowshoes, and this guy's in shorts.
Yeah, you are wearing shorts.
It's always one.
He's
There's
wearing
always one like
shorts.
that.
It's 8 degrees.
What are those?
I worked with a guy in construction. That motherfucker wore shorts all year long, man. It'd be 20 degrees outside, and he was wearing shorts like that.
All right.
Austin, you wearing snow pants? How do you feel?
Yeah, like it's cool. It's cool.
I don't feel any coldness on my legs at all.
I want
The
to. What's the
concept
right?
that someone come out here in shorts is
Right
wild
question
right now.
here, Sav. Like,
I
I'm
can't believe it's wrong.
going to ask him now. Like,
Because the top of me is cool.
There's only one other.
You're gonna ask him a question? What?
well, I'm just thinking, like, how do I phrase this? Did you get not an angle, but did you get a reading on where the sun came up versus down?
Where's your star, fellow? Stars are
No,
so
I'm not
good.
going to say.
I'll see if
Jaron just said he
On the
missed
water,
the fucking
Chris.
sunrise.
so he missed the sun.
Jaron just said he missed the sunrise this morning. He was
I
sleeping.
mean, if I could just get him on the damn phone at his noon, I can
Yeah.
observe this here and pretty much be like, okay,
The
they should be
sun
looking.
came up, but they didn't see it till like what time? Austin, did
Hold
you
on,
see the
let's-
sun today?
6:53 a.m. was when I was able to catch the first photos. They weren't
5
really
a.m. 5 a.m.
Well,
You saw it at 5?
we couldn't actually
I thought
see
you couldn't see it at
Oh,
5.
no, we couldn't see the sun
I'm
until
saying, what time did you see it?
8:10.
No, 6:53.
Okay.
I have a picture of 6:53. Sun up, Scott.
My
So
core
the
is
actual
warm.
sun?
Core is good.
Okay.
This is brand.
I thought it was 8.
No, that's what I thought it was too, but it's not.
There's a
Been
way to
waiting for
do
posts all day. We've been posting, but you gotta follow
6:52 a.m.
t.me/Durant,
Oh, yeah.
Jerants. We're posting there, but not really videos.
Sorry,
We've
you
been
guys are staring at the ground.
spinning in. You want to go walk to the beach? How's it been with the rest of the group? Everyone getting along? Yeah.
Yeah, should
No,
we
it's
tell them
not.
what happened?
Yeah, probably should.
All right, you want to tell a
We just
story?
had a little bit of an argument today, but everything's been ironed out, I think, and it's going to be better than
Okay,
it was.
I'll tell a story. I'll tell a story.
Austin's going to tell the story.
Oh boy, here we go.
Get your blanket, get your popcorn,
All right.
get on the couch, get your joint, and listen to Austin tell the story.
All right, here's the
I'll show
story.
you.
Here's the story. So you guys obviously know that they brought up this trip, and then we're like, well, we need final cut, like final edit, final approval rights, or whatever. Which, for those who don't know, is like pretty much unheard of. It's like standard procedure to get the people to sign like the exact opposite of that, where you're like, yeah, here's my whole life and soul. You can do whatever you want with it. When you're on like a show, it's standard procedure to protect from liability, right? Because someone's like, I don't like how you represented me. So you're like, give them permission to use you. So to ask for final edit rights is like saying that anything that you're in, you get to look at it and you have to sign off on it. Okay, basics covered, right? So we demanded that from the beginning. That's all cool. And if you've been following it, we had the whole contract with Duffy situation. We go back and forth. They send me a contract and it's like crazy. Non-negotiable terms. We rewrite a contract from like the beginning, right? From scrap. And then we negotiate it all out. We get good. Okay, now, right before we're about to sign the contract, in our contract, we added the stipulation that Duffy has to inform us of anyone he knows of that's going on the trip immediately. Like as soon as he has news that someone's going, he has to tell us. Like there's no deceptions, no hiding anything, no lying anything, whatever. So right before Duffy signed that, Jaren gets a call from McToon, and this is, I'm just a quick recap if you don't know. Jaren gets a call from McToon. He says, "So turns out I'm gonna go." And so the story was basically that McToon called Duffy, said, "Oh, turns out I'm gonna go to Antarctica," and he said, "Wait," because he thought that we didn't sign the contract in time. And he's like, wait, I think they are going to sign the contract here in just a second. They are going to go. And so you need to call them and let them know. So then he calls Jaren, tells him, Jaren calls me, like, you'll never believe what just happened. Right before we went through all this, we were about to sign the contracts. Coon says he's going to go on the trip. So I'm like, what? Okay. So then we speculate, like, oh, were they working together? Were they colluding, whatever? All right, now, then everyone's been asking me, McToon's saying that he's going to wear a body cam the whole time. He's going to film you. He's going to film all your conversations. They're going to make sure they get you when and if you see the 24-hour sun and get your face. And so the whole pretense being that they're going to like humiliate us. And McToon's going to have all the behind the scenes footage to kind of humiliate us or to make a hit piece. And they're like, so you did all this. You made all these things to protect yourself with Duffy, but McToon's got the the golden footage where they can humiliate you. Like, so what are you going to do? He didn't sign the contract. And I'm like, yo, just trust us. We got it covered. So I just started saying, stay McTooned, like stay tuned, right? You'll figure it out. So what it was that in ALE's guidelines themselves, so everyone involved in the trip had to sign it. It says you cannot film any of the individuals or participants of the trip. Like, just think about if someone like pretty wealthy wants to go to Antarctica, but they want to keep their anonymity. You can't just like put them in your documentary, So the idea is that our guests respect their privacy. We respect their privacy. So you're not allowed to film anyone on the trip unless you have their express written consent. And this only doesn't pertain to like wide angle shots or 360 cams where you're doing a landscape shot and they just so happen to be in it, unless they object. So they can even object to that. So we knew that for McToon to go on this trip, he had actually signed that, but that he probably didn't actually know he signed it because he was running around claiming that he was going to put us in the thing, whatever. Okay. So we knew the whole time we were just going to, approach them right like once we got here, and we didn't want to ruin the vibe at dinner the first night, so we were trying to be kind of chill. Then there's GoPros all up on us from McToon everywhere, so we're like, okay, we got to go ahead and bring this up. So we do our orientation today, and then we bring out the form that basically repeats the ALE guidelines and gets them to sign saying like he's not allowed to film us in any way. It's obvious. It's like an issue. If they don't just sign it, they're like, wait, it says that you can't sign it here. And they were right. Actually, the way it was written was that we were objecting entirely. And it's kind of unfair to say that they can't take a 360 camera or a wide angle shot or whatever. Right. So, okay. Long story short, we ended up just like airing it all out. Right. And we aired it all out. Like the issue with Toon, how he slanders us and creates hit pieces and is dishonest, and he says flat should have their children taken away from them and all this great stuff, and how he's been telling all his people that he's going to film us. So we're kind of pushing back and forth. Duffy is actually kind of defending some of Toon's behavior, I guess to give credit to him towards the end, he does kind of like press back on him. Okay, so that's kind of like the real quick recap was that we actually like had this like real intense conversation like in the ALE room right after orientation, where they're like not wanting to sign it, and it got McKeegan, you got Duffy, and you got Matune.
It got
and
to
we're
the
all
point
sitting
where
there
you
talking.
said you weren't going on the trip.
Yeah. So basically,
Duffy.
Yeah. Like I had to call their bluff because Duffy's like, well, this is like unacceptable. It's out of left field or whatever. It's like I'm like, it's just exactly what is already in the LE guidelines. So like, why would it be a big deal? And obviously McToon was just not wanting to sign it.
Yeah.
And so he's like, well, I mean, I don't know, like either like we don't like we get rid of this and we just move on, or like you guys can just not go on the trip. I'm like, okay, we won't go on the trip. I don't care. We won't go. That's fine.
All
We're
right,
not
fine,
going.
go. All right, good. We're not going.
Yeah, like, because obviously they need us to go on the trip.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, that's kind of, it was like the stalemate. So then we ended up like laying it all out, and all these narratives about like, I mean, the funniest part to me, Jared, I don't know anything. I was like giving specifically about the stuff that McToon like lied about and slandered and stuff, and he's like, I don't remember that. No, I don't think I said that. Oh, and then McKee's like, I was being sarcastic, and I was like, no, dude.
No, that wasn't the best part. The best part was you saying, you said this. He said, no, I didn't. You said, want to bet $15,000? He said, nope.
I said, I put my hand down and asked if he wanted to bet 15K. I also offered Duffy a 15K bet on a bluff later. Because like they were like, really it's Toon. Toon was lying, but so long story short, they agree. Toon agreed not to take. He's not going to put any footage of us from any portion of this trip at all on his channel, and that he's not allowed to film us specifically with our likeness at all on the trip, et cetera, et cetera. So, we want.
That's good. It was already a sign of good faith.
And like all we really want is just like for everyone to be cool and have good vibes and just go make the observations. So but that did happen today. There's obviously more details, and that was a long story, but nice.
Dude, they're already wanting to start the fuckery.
Sunrise. We just said that you couldn't see the sunrise until what'd you say? 6?
6:52.
Well, you couldn't see the sun itself until then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
You saw the light and.
Where would you say it rose from?
But that's when it was so many clouds you couldn't tell.
Is there a way to see it on your live that I can show on my phone? Maybe.
Also, give us like audio feedback if we're. I got
So.
Yeah, move a little that way.
Nice.
This split screen's making me feel like I'm drunk, man.
So Lowry.
4:54
Yeah.
a.m.
Okay.
Directly outside of my hotel room.
Okay.
You'll see that.
It was so hard to tell. Like from the beginning, this was so much darker, but it could have just been the clouds were blocking all that. And then over here it was so bright that I'm like, yo, which way is the sun actually coming from? Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, you said we went to film and crying about being filmed. Yeah, because we didn't come here to be filmed by other people. Aren't we here to watch an observation of a celestial event?
Yeah, we've been saying it since the beginning.
6:53 a.m.
This is what's really gonna happen, Jaron. Now that we've said that, all the people that thought they had the whole like home run and we're gonna get McToon's like footage of us the whole time, and they donated with that. That's it. Like that comment came from him, like that kind of person. So we're gonna have some pissed off Globers because they want to see. I guess that's humiliated or whatever, but.
Dude, it was all just a fuckery setup to start with. That's the whole reason Toon went back down there, was to be a demonic little fucktard.
13 Max Pro.
That's what I'm saying. I could never go. I could never go. I would end up with a felony so quick.
I think so.
The camera's a little different, I think.
The camera's way different.
We share a cell with Luigi.
Mine's maybe clear.
I think you're also hosting the whole entire live stream connection. I'm just joining, so that's probably what it is.
It's not on your channel?
I don't think so. No, I'm just like joining like an IG live.
Yeah, it just asked me, like it showed your channel subscribers and everything. So yeah, the last thing, like we said, if the sun sets, the last thing I care about is getting McToon's face in my video. Don't even care. Don't care about
again. No, we were right.
Don't care about any of them. So they should feel the same way, but they're not here to film whatever event happens. They're here to film us. So that's not cool because that's what you came here for. This is the last thing. Yeah, we need data. There you go, David Henry. Way to go. So this is pretty good data though, David. I mean, look at this is it's 11:45 p.m. and that's the southern sky, bright as all get out. Now, is it?
I'll see the sun.
Are we close enough to some sort of a dome enclosure that what we're seeing here is the coffee caustic, or is it light from the actual sun? That's why we're going to head that way in 2 days, or day after tomorrow, and see what fucking happens. Because if it's the sunlight, then we're just going to fly that way and we're going to fucking see the sun. And it's going to be up in the sky. And if it's
obviously like if you have a dome over there, everyone's seen, I even did the live stream demonstration. You have a dome, you move the light source towards the edge of it, it wraps all the way around the dome, right? And so in theory, that's one option, is that there could just be light around the rim. And because the sun's moving out further and further south, because it's their summer, obviously. It's summer here, even though it's freaking freezing. And so so the sun's going out there more and more and more and more for their summer. So it's getting closer and closer and closer to, say, the theoretical dome. And so then it wraps around proportionate to how close it is to the dome, right? So that it doesn't actually wrap all the way around until it gets close enough to the dome to do that. And so if the sun keeps moving away, then eventually it'll get dark.
Yeah.
I have so many questions.
I know.
I have so many questions. My goodness.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall during that little conversation.
Oh my God.
Too. I'll tell you what, bro.
I did, Ethan, I did ask. He almost answered it, but he didn't.
Everywhere else, right? Like it's pitch black.
That's the moon, by the way.
I'll try again.
Okay. We almost bailed.
Let me see if I can
get steps. They're very confusing. You don't even see a step here. All of a sudden, step. That's the moon I showed you over here.
We come over here. Boom. Yo, it's freaking. What time is it? It's 15 till midnight. 11:45.
You sounded like that old guy from Antarctica. Oh, it's midnight. The sun's gonna come out. Oh.
I'm just all I want to do is get him to do a noon observation with me live. That's all I want to do. I'm going to see if he answers it.
Ish. What star is that?
Well, no, we want to be a noon.
That's just a star. Yeah, we haven't seen any stars. Wait, what's? Look at my camera. It looks like that's a star. Got an app. You got an app for that? Star app. Hitler went to hide out. He's underneath here. But he's dead though. He only lived to be 112.
I'm like, yo, you think it's cold right now? Jeez Louise. She was saying though, because there's so much ice reflecting sunlight, that it's actually warmer in a way. Like it's like if you have layers and you have all that sun reflecting, like you can't get too hot and sweat too much, and then it'll like freeze. You gotta be careful.
Ads. Shifty Eyes in the house. What's up, Shifty? Shifty, can you post this link in the Telegram VIP for me?
I'm trying to get some questions through, guys. I think eventually he'll see us. But
I forgot to do that. I need to do it on the Telegram and my notifications.
Baza, they're in Punta Arenas.
I wonder if the air down there seems any different or the very same besides temperature. I mean, cleaner maybe? I have no complaints. Everything's nicer because they don't have all fake sugar. The Coke's different. The not cocaine. I haven't tried that yet. The tried it since I'm 18. What do you got? I still can't get. I think I have to pay for it. Oh, okay. Wait, she has an app. Where's Elizabeth? I'll wander off that way.
Do a noon observation together tomorrow.
Should we go rescue her? She's fine. She wants to wander. Says she's gonna wander in Antarctica. She's gonna go off on her own. We're like, nah, it's okay. Do what you want. She has an app though. Maybe she was peeing up there. Lisbeth, can we see your star app? What now?
Wait, Liz, before the people never see you again. You're taking off on your own in Antarctica.
They'll see her tomorrow, just not after that.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. She's gonna run away and prove that they don't let you go wherever you want.
1DX. Damn, I think
John.
Dude, at dinner, hey guys, did you hear that at dinner? Tune said, "Oh well, no one will care. She won't have a problem." Like, oh yeah. Listen, they'll just go wherever she wants. They won't care at all.
Yeah.
All right.
Effed Up World in the house. What's up, Dean Lingley? What's up? Doug in the house. Dougie, fresh. Sunsets to the west. Why would it be north?
I want to catch me a pet penguin.
That's
no,
south.
you're not.
Chris Mars with a $50 super chat. Chris. Earth is tilted. Thank you, Philip Wright. I missed it. Went too fast. Jaron, bring home some glacier water from an Eskimo. I think you're at the wrong pole.
Yeah.
We can't hear Liz.
And also,
she's not talking.
You're wanting us to violate
There's only
international law.
Can we see your star app? We want to see what star that is over there. It's the first
Is
star
that
we've seen.
John Todd? Hold on. Is that the John Todd that's been
weird.
fucking with me?
I don't know. I don't know who John Todd is, so I'm just kind of.
Yeah, I think he's a real winner. He's supposed to. He was
808 watching live. It's nice.
And tell me about how the Earth is a globe and how
Clerks
I'm
are finished.
wrong.
I'll never be finished. You'll never
You know?
finish me, bro. You
Yeah,
can't
I
finish
just
me.
told him where it's at.
Ever.
It's like, I don't know what he's talking
I have
about.
powers you've never seen before. Try and finish me.
Yo, we haven't even fully.
Hey, John Todd, everybody but you right now knows that this is being filmed from Puentes, what is it called?
Punta Arenas. Yeah.
Puentes Arenas, Argentina. Okay. Catch up. I thought you were going to show me how I was wrong and shit. Where you at, bro?
I don't know. They don't seem to get it.
Well, there's nothing that's going to happen on this trip that's going to make it be like, oh, they didn't lie to us at all. So
that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, there is dark matter after all.
Like, I had no idea.
Bro.
We did go to the moon. Look at the sun. It definitely means we went to the moon.
Like, oh my gosh, Wells don't send sonar waves 10,000 miles.
Yeah, we tried something different. It's called, it says go live with, and it said I could send a link to somebody I wanted to go live with, and I almost fell again. Getting really good at this. Don't look at the screen so much.
Jaren's got Jaren's got like size 27 boots on. They're like huge.
Oh boy.
Size 27.
They're insane, bro.
Mucklucks.
They look kind of big.
Yeah.
Can we
That's why.
noon group sun? Oh, so Lowry, yeah, we can do that.
Here
But
we
the
go.
plan is on the 15th. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 15, 16, 17 Eastern. Everyone's going to be filming the sun. So, but we preferably with a solar filter. And if you have a P900, I'm sorry, P1000, you want to do a full optical zoom, no digital zoom. Everybody's going to do that so we can check the angular size of the sun.
Okay,
But if you want to do it tomorrow, what do we have tomorrow? Oh no, we can't do it.
I want him to do it from there.
Yeah, someone said, what's it got the Eminem vibe going on? Yeah, I'm going to plug some low spars. So the doc says that I'm insane. I got an Antarctic ice wall around my brain because every time I climb, it changed. That's King West.
If you drink, you should try Pisco Sour. I don't drink, sorry.
Yo.
Jaron,
Hey.
let's do it from where you're at tomorrow. Yeah, but what time? Because what time do we have to have? What time do we have to
1
bring
p.m. 1 p.m. 1 p.m.
Okay, so what time did you say? 11? We do 11.
Hey guys, what do you call a bear that spends their summer in the Arctic and their winter in the Antarctic?
Austin's got jokes.
A bipolar bear. Let's get it.
I see DJ in the house. Did I see him? I saw him. Maybe not. Brian Cash, local weed?
By the way,
No, homegrown, Cali grown weed.
If you're just joining, here's what's going on. I'm gonna show you what the sky looks like. So we're gonna start west.
Going Benjamin tomorrow in Durst, 3 p.m. Eastern. Nice. Durst, can you check the tracking? See if it shows us all at the beach, or is it still all fucked up? Somebody check our tracking. See if you see us all at the beach and see little Duffy in his little bed.
And that's south.
Oh no!
Texas Gamer
It's showing him in.
Bucks.
It's showing him in
The best.
Tune's
Thank you,
bed.
Texas Gamer.
Someone
Dylan in the
super
house,
chat
John.
say Jaren owes 15 push-ups.
Oh my
Fine.
God!
And I
It's showing
curse on live stream.
McKeegan, Duffy,
No.
and Tune all in the same
The
bed.
push-up,
No, it's in
the push-up doesn't go away.
You didn't read the fine print at all.
Oh,
Not even a little bit.
the ALE
Grizzly
guidelines
Wheeler
are no
in the house.
push-ups.
I have more interview
I'll
requests
take you
than
guys.
ever. Can't pay for publicity like that. You're welcome, Dirk. You're welcome.
Oh my God, that is funny.
We like to hook you up. Keep an eye on that mic for me, Austin. And that little orange box thing. Chat going by. I can't read the chat. It's kind of hard. I can barely. Josh Monday music in the house. Another. I think he's a VIP. Maybe not. So Punta Arenas is. one heliosexual enjoying
It's
this.
it's like 53.5 degrees south latitude.
When I found the Mormon church was a lie,
I posted your comment,
baseball
Sav, in the.
Mormonism. Yep.
I got
Jared, you were at the
somebody.
beach.
I got
Beach. How about
somebody at the
everybody
beach. Jaren's at the beach,
Nice.
but like,
There's not been any bike thieves. We saw one today.
Yo, guys, what a trip! We're gonna get on a plane and we're gonna fly towards that to see what's going on. That's objectively cool.
Okay. I'll admit my upper body's a little chilly. I'm not gonna lie about that. Now I feel the upper body. Now I feel the nipples could definitely carve something. Chafing. I haven't chafed yet, but my lower half is still warm. I want to live in these pants and these boots. What size shoe do you? Put the shoe on. Okay, I want you to feel this.
Well, what size are you?
Well, I'm 14 and a half, but this is 15 and a half. But
Yo, shout out to
fucking...
Swift Daddy 299.
You're gonna say it's the best
Sending
thing you
love.
ever put
Thanks
on
for
your
what.
feet ever.
Jaren's interrupting the super chat. Sending love. Thanks for what you do. Been
That is the
follower
best
since
thing ever.
2017.
Best thing ever.
Thank you for the. Thank you for the $100 super chat.
Who?
Swift Daddy 299. Thank you for the $100 super chat. Says he's been a follower since 2017. So whenever Jaren had the same exact amount of subs he does now.
See, look, everybody's tripping. They put on my boots and they want to never take them off.
Yeah.
So many jokes in there. I don't even want to start.
Did he just?
Yeah, but it's like how many times are you gonna wear those, bro?
It says it's 49 degrees right now. Shut up.
It's like 30.
Dude, it's like it's like 7
It's
degrees.
not 49. It's like windy as fuck too.
Well, if the wind does bring it down.
Okay, 15 push-ups.
Oh,
Wait, what's the weather where Jaren lives?
Yeah, we can't believe the trip actually happened either. And each day that gets closer, we're like, are we going to be in
What's the
fucking
difference
Antarctica?
between-
Well,
what's the
he's
difference
in.
where
He's
Jaren
Bro,
lives
I
and
was saying,
where
This is
he is
Sacramento.
right
dude, Jaren, I don't know about you, but like it hit me today when we were watching the video. That's when I was like, oh, bro, we're about to go there. Like, it was crazy. Like, it like hit me like it's pretty surreal. That's cool.
So I think that might be about all that we're gonna.
By the
see.
way,
there's a daylight down there tonight. You know, they're saying
I can't hear
daylight.
you anymore.
I
you
have
muted?
more questions than answers.
Did you
but
mute yourself? Oh, you're losing service?
I think he said that 11 o'clock tomorrow he might be
Hey,
able
can
to
you
do
guys
that
still see me
observation.
and hear me? Because now I can take over the stream.
Yeah, somebody say yes.
Better than veterans. Don't want to let them in. Ain't got choice but to let them in. Food is your medicine. Don't you test they teach you Edison here to be reckoned and reckoned. It's time to reckon. What is the president? We're not elected. I mean, they selected the in the world and they claim we infected with something they never could claim when they testing it. Something they never could find when they testing it. I'll leave them hanging like they on a necklace. Earth is electric and that means it's resident. It's really your resident. Gets that at 7 cents. I'm taking over your stream with bars. Okay, they said that it's 5x5. 5x5 with the bars. This is my stream now, son. Okay. Okay, real fast. So we were told we could only bring one bag to check, right? We were told that we had a 55-pound limit. Obviously, commercial airlines are 50 pounds. So we had to pack everything in one single checked bag, 50 pounds. And then we had our carry-on luggage, right? Dude, everyone says they can still hear me.
Yeah,
in
we
the
still
chat.
got him, man.
Well, okay, but that sucks for you. Yeah, see? Better than veteran, no one will let them in. Ain't got trouble to let them in. Food is your medicine. Don't you test? They teaching you Edison here to be reckoned and reckoned. It's time to reckon. Just Earth is electric, and that means president is really your resident.
What you just had to see?
What is the president? We not elected. And means elected to shut down the world, and they claim we infected with something they never could find when they testing it.
How do you even do
Give me
that?
5x5. You heard all the
How do
bars.
you even say that stuff that fast? Like, how does that even work?
I'm gonna. Is that Jared who's right? I'm just trying to figure out who's in this.
Jared,
There's
that's
somebody
Jared.
else that's
Yeah,
there
see,
that I
there's
don't
5x5
know.
in me.
Elizabeth is there.
Elizabeth, but
Yeah,
there's
Elizabeth.
another person.
Yeah. We don't know. It's the other stream. Wait. Are we live on my channel too? What was the view count? Yeah, same one. It's the same stream. I'm not getting super chat.
Yeah, who's that person with that camera right
But
there?
there's also a producer that's Candace owns. Like, I was just trying to figure out who that was.
I think it's her best friend's cousin's brother-in-law or some shit.
Oh, they're adding Serena, dude.
Who's the person that is standing?
Oh,
in the
I see Serena.
Who's the person that is standing with that camera?
And he can't hear. He can't hear you because we're.
No,
Time-
I
you're
know.
on time lapse?
That's fine. I don't care if he can hear me. I'm
Okay.
just still asking. You can
You know what's
see
the trip? If you ever do time lapses over water, The star trails never actually intersect with the
Because whoever
water.
has
You
that.
would think like if it's a ball, the water's curving and blocking out the stars, right?
Oh, that's scary.
But you don't. They always like stop up above in the air. There's like a hard line up above the water. That's because the stars aren't underneath
Right
your
behind
feet;
his
they're
back?
above you. I know that's so wild. I must be a conspiracy theorist.
Most likely.
Hey,
You know what?
That's
That's it. Jaren's frozen, but what's on the building behind him?
Yes, I think
Do you see
It's
the
a
statue
monument.
top of the
they're at the
building behind
beach.
him?
I'll
They're
just
at the
do the same
beach.
throw.
Some kind of a monument, Nicole.
It
I
looks
don't
like
know.
a
that's so
monument, but
serious.
I
Yeah.
can't tell
You guys
what
can't
kind of.
see it on my
I'm
phone.
gonna have to look it
So
up.
supposedly that star, Sirius, might be visible in the day in Antarctica. That's what they say. Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah.
Probably to the
And if that's true,
Falkland
then we can
Islands
check
War.
exactly where it is based on the latitude we're supposed to be at and see
Yeah.
if it's the right elevation. Yo, so real fast, okay? So we were told when we got here that we can actually check an extra bag. Okay? So I mean we have unlimited bags. Really, this is what it is. That each group has a total weight limit. Well, our group is like basically all there is, and we have like pretty much the whole plane to ourselves. So we couldn't
Knew
even
it.
bring too much weight. We could have
Knew it.
brought plenty of bags. So anyway, we can bring an extra bag. And so I went and I got this backpack today because some people did kind of help me out. When I told them like, oh, this free trip ends up costing thousands. I guess free trip means thousands, whatever. So I went and got this backpack because everything is kind of cheap here. It's like relatively cheap. And it's a nice little backpack. Okay. And we're going to go to the store tomorrow and we're going to start packing it up with gadgets that we didn't get to bring. Okay. So that's what we're bringing. There's a marine store. They say that this water over here is like some of the most dangerous water in the world. And you got the Magellan Straits. It's like really dangerous water or whatever, right? And you see that big carrier ship, right? It's not a carrier ship, but big cargo ship. Got all these boats out here all the time, right? And so nearby, there's a few marine shops. It's like boat stores or whatever. And so some of the boys in Discord shouted them, and we'll jump in there in a second. And say what's up. They were like looking it up for me based on my location, my longitude, latitude, and there are some nearby with inventory that have some of the things that we want to get.
Looks like
I
it's
think you're
getting
back.
darker to the south
So,
now.
Because I started hearing you, and then you froze, and now you're Illuminati one eye. Okay. So they have let me turn it back around. So look, real quick, they have a navigational compass, so like a really nice mechanical compass for the ships. They have supposedly a gyro compass, so we're gonna bring that. They have a sextant. We're gonna bring that, and so we also have a southern compass, which is apparently just really whack, but who knows? Apparently southern compasses are a psyop. So we're gonna bring all those. If you guys have any idea of something else that we can bring, and I may do a quick little live stream in Discord or show my video or whatever while I'm at the store, and we can look around. Military thermometer. Oh yeah, it's true. So maybe something. Yeah, but I do have the thermal gun that's supposed to read the temperature distribution. But that's also a pretty good idea. Like more.
Look, all you need are fish sticks, rubbers, and a getaway car, Austin. That's it.
Sun should just be like basically the same distance away from you, so the temperature shouldn't change. The temperature distribution should stay the same, like nonstop. So we're gonna see if that's true. Obviously, we're gonna look and see if the sunspots and the relative location and position, elevation angles of the sun, all that. If you guys can think of anything else that we should get, let me know. Obviously, I'm just like calling the community. Everyone just kind of chip in as we think of things that we might want to grab. If it fits in this backpack, then we'll bring it. Okay.
Anybody in the
deal.
chat,
I
if
need
you
to get
want
a
to say
couple
something
more
in soft
SD
chat,
cards, which
if
are also
something
very
you can bring,
expensive.
I'm looking.
I think like a 1 terabyte's like $89. I saw at the store today. I think it's 89 or 100. So like 89 is 80.
All right, so I guess that's basically we've seen their observation that they're going to do.
Yeah, and I was able to
Right.
get, it looks like maybe at 11, I guess his time tomorrow, we can do a little sun looky-do.
Cool.
And kind of like I can, because I've got a grand view of the sun here in New York. I'm on a 4th floor loft walk up, so I can either from my loft or go to the roof and I can see it, which is all I ever wanted, today to begin with, which is, I don't, all I want to know is what are they seeing at their specific position.
Right.
And I'm going to be like, okay, I see it here. We got a guy in Denver that'll get it right on. And I see it here. And then I want to know where he sees it from that position. It should be northerly. If it's not northerly, then we're talking about a different kind of system. And that's just what it is. I mean, that's just by eyesight. Here, I'm seeing it. It's visible. And we're talking about a place that's way out there, 2,000 miles to the, what we call south. And if he's seeing something directly over his head or southerly, then we have a different system than we understand. That's where I'm at right now. And I would love to have that just live conversation and find out what that is, because it just wouldn't make any sense if he's looking and he's seeing a southerly sun in his position in Punta Arenas, and I'm looking out my window in New York City, and Antarctic Monkeys is looking from Denver, and we're triangulating. It looks roughly southern central United States is where the position would be. Then we've got something that we don't understand. That's where we're at. And I think that's the simplest thing. I don't even think they have to go to Antarctica to do it. I think we've got our answer.
Well, something I noticed as they were there on the beach, that it was starting to get darker in that direction south too.
Mm-hmm. And I was looking at
when they first started.
The locality of the light was very noticeable on the horizon. So it was very localized. It was a very concentrated position when they're looking out over the water. So there's clearly there's some locality involved in the observation of the light source. We're going to learn a lot. This is epic, dude. I mean, no matter what happens, this is epic. What's going on? Because
the guy from Facebook that was going to come on here, he was in the chat. He was the one that asked, does anybody know where this is being filmed at and shit?
So that was the guy.
Yeah, that was the guy. And I told him, click the link and come on up. And John Todd. John Todd. I mean, come on board. We'll have a chat with you. We can. Oh, he's gone now. I looked in the participants. He's gone now. That's all right. I'll call him out as the coward that he is on Facebook, because he was going to come on here and set me straight about all of his bullshit and everything. I was like, okay. He says, well, we'll discuss physics, right? And I said, yeah. He says, do you have any flat earth physics? I said, listen, asshole, there's no such thing as flat earth physics or globe physics or any other type of, it's physics.
It's just physics. Okay? It's just
physics.
Is what it is.
Okay? And in fact, physics disproves your fucking globe. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll prove it to you.
A lot of these cats, and what I've learned over the years is a lot of these cats, their identity is wound up, in their educational level, and they get that's where they get their fancy pants.
Most of them are a bunch of assholes got caught with kiddie porn on their fucking computers, and they cut a deal. That's all there is to it. You don't spend all your waking hours in a flat earth group arguing with people every day, every fucking night, 5, 6, 7 week. Nobody fucking does that.
Yeah, it's weird, right? It's there's so many things to do in the world. There's so many things to do in the world, and I can't imagine just gleaning yourself to something that you want to attack, and that's your only thing. It's like they're a classic example of a guy in a basement on a computer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, most of us, in this community, we use the internet as a tool. We use YouTube as a tool to start communicating with each other, to try to get some sort of hive mind better idea of where the hell we live. Right. And we use it that way.
We're coming out of amnesia, man.
Yeah.
We're coming out of collective amnesia. These fucking idiots don't want to be out of it. And half of them, they already know that they're under an amnesia, because nobody could spend as much time as these dickheads like Toon and the rest of them, and have gone through and seen everything that's been presented to them, seen every one of their stupid ass claims knocked out of the air like a slow flying moth.
Yeah.
And not realize that they're not on a goddamn globe. They're doing this for other reasons. And the main reason is because they're demonic little shits.
Yeah. Did you hear Weiss said when he shook McToon's hand, it was shaking like a wet little boy's hand who's just been out playing in the mud, or something.
Shaking, like grabbing a corpse's pussy or something.
Oh my God. It's dark.
for real, man.
Oh man, you know, but it's like
these people, man, they just make my fucking skin crawl. You know, they really do, because it's not a case of like, okay, there's a lot of people, and a lot of them watching the show now that believe that the earth was a globe and listened to the stuff and started doing to their own thinking and realized that it was not. Okay, there's those types. Those are just normal people. We were those people. These guys are a breed unto their own. They were shit out by Satan. Okay, they were shit out by Satan.
Kind of feels like that, doesn't it?
It's absolutely
like,
that.
So weird. It's just so weird. It's like, I don't understand why you're following us around. You could do any number of things with your life.
Doubt.
And you're chasing us.
And you ask them, you say, why do you do this? Why do you do this? And they go, because it's entertaining. Okay, how many episodes of Ow My Balls can you watch? For real? How long before, how many years before it becomes, all right, this is kind of old now, you know? Yeah. No, it's not entertaining. The reality of it is you got caught up kitty diddler pictures on your fucking computer, and you were made to do this shit. Okay?
Yeah. I'm kind of at the point now, like we're gonna get, this is gonna be an epic weekend, man. And I don't think people understand like how epic this really is, because we're gonna get the stuff. And
they're already trying to start their fucking bullshit right off the bat. Yeah. Oh, at the last minute, Tune's gonna go. I didn't know anything about. I'm not gonna be able to do a fucking hit piece on you. Yeah. You know, oh no, sorry, buddy, you're not gonna get to do that. So what other fuckery do they have planned? See, I don't trust that. There you go. I like the hat. I like it.
This is my better half over here, Nicole.
I'll have to get my Russian. I'll have to get my Russian hat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want French toast or do you want like bacon, egg, and cheese?
Bacon, egg, and cheese is fine with me. Yeah, we're having breakfast for dinner tonight. I just feel like we're gonna be on.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Wait a second. The eggs are actually going to be made from the eggs the night that were made when I got locked in a chicken coop.
She got locked in a chicken
on
coop
Saturday night.
Right.
This is way on the other side of Flat Earth Talk.
I got
being
locked in
a
a chicken coop on Saturday night, and I'm making the eggs from those chicken bitches.
Yeah, so some the one of her rich friends in Jersey actually has chickens that lay multicolored eggs, if you can believe that. That's just a little comic relief for the rest of the night. Yeah, but I was like, what I was going to say was, yeah, look at this, yeah, those are actual eggs from an actual chicken.
I don't want to.
Here, check this out.
But look at it's.
Watch this. Watch this.
Rebecca put them in a fucking thing.
Look at these colored eggs. The chicken makes colored eggs. This is what you get with money in New Jersey. You can get chickens that lay multicolored eggs.
Green one. She's like, those are my red chickens.
That's not an anomaly. Okay, they bleach store-bought eggs to begin with. My neighbor's got chickens, all different kinds of chickens, and they all lay eggs just like that, bro.
Not store-bought.
Yeah.
I got them for free.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a bacon, egg, and cheese for him right now. Okay, out of the green eggs.
Out of green eggs. What I was gonna say was the notion of like this weekend is probably gonna be forgotten for a hot minute, but I don't think people understand like how giant this is, because we got a lot of stuff that we don't understand, and we're gonna find out. Yeah, what we got here.
Look, stupid Flurf, half the sun is cut off by the Earth curve horizon. Oh.
Yeah, and here we go. And then, like, how many times can you show this?
Look what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, look what happens. Oh, and did you notice that it changed size as it did that? Wow. So, you know, that's another one of their lame ass little things they like to throw at you.
Yeah, and you got like, you know, what you have, you know, that when they say you don't have enough evidence, you don't have, like, we show them loads of evidence every single time, which they just don't.
Do you want to know why? It's because flat earthers, God bless them, and bless their hearts, are too stupid and get lured into this reversal fallacy for the burden of proof. Look, no one has ever stepped out of their house ever one time. No one has a first person observation of a fucking globe.
Nobody.
No one. So when you step outside, do you see a globe? No, you do not. Do you feel rotation? No, you do not. Some clown comes along and says, hey, did you know you live on a ball that turns? Yeah, that's fucking whack, dude. You need proof for that. So don't fall for this reversal fallacy. Where's your proof of a flat earth? Fuck you. You're the one that's going against observable reality. You come up with the proof.
Yeah, and I was going to second that. Like, whenever you're talking, especially like people that are listening, like whenever you're talking to somebody, the burden of proof is on the claim. Your eyes tell you that you're not. Your eyes tell you there's no curvature that we can see, and your eyes and your senses tell you that you're not spinning. That's called the default position.
Yep.
That's just
Observation is always the default until proven otherwise. That's all.
Yeah. And put it on them, and don't let them like play this mind game where they reverse it and try to put the claim back in your court. That's what they always do. That's what these guys do. That's a debate tactic. It's a known tactic, and they will put the claim on you. So when you're talking to somebody, be like, hey, dude, I don't feel like I'm spinning. And then just tell them to fuck off. It's like, you got a claim, prove it. You know, we have proven it 9 ways to Sunday. Like we've got so much evidence of lack of curvature, of lack of observational curvature. You know, we've dove into Michelson-Morley to the nth degree. And at the end of the day, it was nil. And they still get the same result when they do that thing to this day. There's no motion. There's nothing. So like when you do this kind of stuff, you really just put it back in their corner. If somebody comes at you, put it back at them. It's like, look, you know, it appears to be flat and it appears to be not spinning. So I'm going to stick to that. And like, you got a claim, bring me some evidence. They won't bring you any evidence. They won't because they can't. And they hate that.
This is like, it goes right back to what I said before. Okay. Here's what you got. Obviously, you don't know how your own damn eyes work. So I don't want to hear shit about a long distance observation and your misinterpretation of optics. Okay. That's not going to cut it. All right. I don't want to see photographs of the earth either. Not from either side. You know why? Because photographs are not evidence for shit. Photographs can be manipulated and have been since they were first ever done. Okay?
Yeah, and we got Christian 4681 in chat. I don't understand time zones, but expect to understand Michelson-Morley. Okay, LL, come on. Christian 4681. I'm not sure if that's an attack statement or what, but come on. We'll talk about it. I understand Michelson-Morley to the end of the day. So you want to come on and talk Michelson-Morley? Come on here and show us what you know. Okay. I do understand time zones. I was misled by a Mercator projection for a lot of years. Okay.
Oh, yeah. And there's a lot of fuckery with time zones, and it goes along with the whole thing trying to make you think the goddamn thing's a ball. It's part of the fucking confusion that they add to it. You got to figure some of these places got squirted around and they get to be in another time zone because they're owned by some fucking monarch here or some monarch there, and they don't want to be part of this other monarch's fucking time zone and all kinds of other stupid shit involved with it. So time zones aren't really proof of anything whatsoever. Now, here is what is 100% proof. If you want to prove to me that it's a globe, here's what you do. And don't use half the tool. These idiots are going, look what I did with a theodolite. You only used half the tool, asshole. You have to have a marker pole. Okay? There's never a one-man surveyor team, ever. Okay? A theodolite is only half of the tool with one person using it. That's all. Now, if you want to prove the globe, you show me measurable deviation from a central point 360 degrees corresponding to the radius value given for the earth. That's all, nothing else. I don't give a fuck what the things in the sky do. I don't give a shit about your long distance observations and your misinterpretation of what you see. That right there is 100% proof. If you can show me deviation from a center 360 degrees around it, consistent with the radius value given for the fucking globe, that will be your proof of convexity, nothing else. And that's it. That's all I will accept.
Yeah, they won't hear it.
They say, what will you accept as proof? I said, anything that is beyond a reasonable fucking doubt, just like in court. Okay? Right. Just like in court, beyond a reasonable doubt. If there's an alternate explanation for the observation, then it's not proof. That's all. Yeah. The only thing that's going to prove convexity is exactly what I just said. Now, however you want to go about doing that, then you go ahead. But not only do you have to do it one time, you have to do it about 50 different times in 50 different locations, and probably 10 or 15 times in each one of those locations to make sure that your results are consistent.
Yeah, and there's somebody that's done. I flake on the name, but somebody's done Mickelson Morley over and over again over the course of years, and it's the same result every single time. I think way beyond reasonable doubt. Just be like, well, he's just doing it for fun at this point in time. He's like, well, let's try it again today. Let's see if we can get some motion. Never does. And like the brilliance of that experiment is sheer brilliance. Like if you were asking me, like some of the greatest physicists of all time, as we call physicists, which are really just observers who have brains that can use their God-given senses of analyzing the world, they know that it's an eloquent, beautiful thing they got set up, and it's always produced the same result. Christian 4681, whatever you were in chat. Look, dude, I mean, I can take you through this. There's a lot of people that do it better than me, but go ahead, come on and show us what you know versus this crap that you're splatting in chat. Just come on. We'll talk to you.
Well, this is what's so amazing. People have been conditioned so badly that they will fight and get angry to believe something as goddamned ridiculous as living on a rotating water testicle floating around in the void at phenomenal fucking breakneck speeds in 5 different goddamn directions with absolutely no evidence of it other than some guy that you don't know said so.
Okay, so Christian 4681 says Mickelson and Morley both thought the world is a globe.
Well,
okay,
so,
well, come on and tell us about it.
Yeah,
come on.
it's all about it.
He says your incredulity isn't proof. Well, just come on and show us.
Well, what did I just say, Christian? What did I just say is fucking proof? What did I just say is proof? That's your proof. Okay? And if you could get yourself outside of the container, which you cannot, you may absolutely be able to say, oh, look, the earth is rotating, but that's never going to happen. Okay?
I think it's ultimately an inability to approach the ego with a lot of these cats. They cannot.
Well, yes,
they cannot change their ego.
When they memorized this dumb shit and regurgitated it back to whatever asshole told it to them, they told him, said, "You're smart. Here's a piece of paper now, because now this means you're smart because you said back to me the dumb shit that I said to you." Okay. So when you say, hey, all that shit they told you were smart for knowing, it's not true. Oh, how dare you take away my smart? Well, you weren't smart to begin with because you never fucking thought about it. You just accepted it.
And take it generationally. It's even
all
worse.
you wanted to do was pass and get the fuck out of that prison.
Yeah, Christian, we're inviting you on, Christian. If you want to come on, hundreds of people have seen it and documented what? What have they seen and documented, Christian?
Yeah, come on, Christian.
Come on.
You know what?
We're ready for
listen, hold on, Lowry. Christian, we're not going to fucking engage with you anymore. If you got some shit to say, come on up on the fucking panel. Okay? If not, go ahead and type away to your heart's content. We're not answering any more of your fucking questions. We're not even going to engage with you. If you want to have the discussion, click the goddamned link and come up on the panel. Okay? It's that simple.
Let's see what happens. Let's just watch.
Tired of fucking idiots like that derailing shit. Stay the fuck, go somewhere. Go over to McToon's channel and jack off in that goddamn circle jerk.
Yeah, and I think like what I really want, and I'm going to try to do it tomorrow, is try to get like just a basic eye observation of where the sun is. I'm going to try to get up and get. He said 11, and I think if it's 11 his time, it's going to have to be 9 my time. Basically, I'm just going to go up and look and see where the sun is, and I want to see where he sees the sun at. Because we've got some things to work with here. We have vectors, and we understand that they are that direction a long ways, right?
So what time he's talking about? 9 a.m.
It would be 9 a.m. Eastern daylight time.
That's
so
when I'm looking, because I'll take a reading if I can too, because I'm going to be outside. I got to work tomorrow.
Yeah, if you can just film. I don't even think I would like to do it live, but if we don't get to do it live, let's just film it, and then
Let me tell you what I discovered, man. I'm fucking old, man. I'm out there on this construction site, man, and I'm trying to do shit that I used to do, and I'm like, oh fuck, that hurt.
Yeah.
There's your boy. There's your boy. Yeah, listen, Christian, I don't want to be sitting out there and fucking dicking around with the chat. If you got something to say, we can do it in real time and then get it discussed. Just typing in chat like a goddamn little secretary or some shit's got to go, brother.
So
How
what
you
do you got
doing tonight?
What do you got?
I was just curious how you guys would explain 24-hour sun if they see it in the South Pole and the North Pole on a flat Earth map.
Well, first off, I don't live on a map. Second of all, I don't live on a model.
Sorry,
Third
flat
thing,
Earth on a flat Earth.
Okay, I'm getting there. Okay.
Yep.
What will it mean if we see a 24-hour sun in Antarctica? It will mean that there is some anomaly with the sun that we don't fully understand, and further exploration needs to be taken. That's what it'll mean. It's not going to turn the Earth into a globe. It's not going to suddenly make air pressure without containment possible. None of that is going to.
You don't understand physics and thermodynamics.
Yeah, I do understand physics. Okay, so go ahead and explain your physics and stay away from the pseudoscience. Okay, so the mass attracting mass bullshit, that's out. Okay, that's a myth.
Because you say so?
No, because it's true. When have you ever seen? Oh no, listen to me. When have you ever observed in nature two objects drawing together merely by volition of their existence?
Everything is drawn to the center of Earth.
No. When have you ever seen two objects drawn to one another in nature due to volition of their fucking existence?
The Earth and everything.
I didn't ask you that. I asked you, when in nature have you ever seen two objects drawn together merely by the volition of their existence?
So are you having trouble understanding?
Are you going to answer the fucking question or not?
Yes.
Okay. Have you seen this or not?
Yes.
Where have you ever seen this?
I'm literally attached to the Earth right now.
No, that's bullshit right there. When have you seen two objects drawn together? I'm not talking about your misconception of the medium versus the object in the medium. I'm asking you about two objects on the Earth that are drawn to one another merely by the volition of their existence.
Calm down. It's all right.
Well, answer the question. I don't have
Calm down, Dave. It's okay. Don't get frustrated.
Are you going to answer the fucking question, or I'm going to throw you off of here? Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So the answer is you've never witnessed this.
Oh yeah.
No one has ever witnessed.
Cavendish.
What? No.
Cavendish.
Is that nature?
What do you mean? Is it in nature?
Is that nature?
Sure.
Do you go out in the nature and you see two weights hanging from a fucking janky ass contraption someplace?
So it has to be.
I didn't ask you that. Do you see that? Cavendish wasn't even trying to prove mass attracting mass.
But it did.
No, he didn't. He gave a great demonstration of torsion dynamics. An experiment.
What caused them
has to have an independent variable, and it has to have consistent results.
You keep deflecting. It's two masses that are attracted to each other.
Prove that they're attracted to one another. Good. They're not.
How do they move then?
They don't always move.
They always
sometimes
move.
They don't do anything at all.
They always
it's not consistent.
Christian and Cavendish, they never could identify what the independent variable was in that experiment. It's a bullshit. It's basically a circus. It's a circus sideshow. It's a circus sideshow.
Have you read the white papers or no?
Oh, of course.
What white papers? Hold on. What white papers? What white papers?
On Cavendish?
Cavendish wrote white papers?
There are multiple. No.
No. You mean the people that misconstrued what he was doing? Do you know what was Cavendish trying to do?
That's what you say.
What was Cavendish trying to do? And I'll prove to you that you're wrong. He was not trying to prove mass attracting mass. Do you know what he was trying to do?
The Cavendish experiment proved
it's not an experiment, first of all. The Cavendish observation.
I mean, you can laugh all you want, but there's no.
They never identified an independent variable, Christian. Christian, what's the independent variable? What is the independent variable?
Mass.
Mass.
Okay.
So now when did they ever, so you change different masses and is it consistent results every time?
Yep.
No, it's not.
No,
I've done the Cavendish experiment myself. You are full of shit. You have never done it. You've never done it.
You have?
Yes.
You've done the Cavendish experiment.
Yes.
Show me your paper.
It's not really that.
Show me your paper. Fuck you. You know what? I did it in high school. I did it in high school. Nobody was writing papers about it. Okay?
So how do you do a Cavendish experiment, Sovereign?
Just repeat what he did.
No.
Janky.
You have to, Sovereign. He did it in high school.
Yeah, you have to set up a torsion bar. Okay, you have to balance the torsion bar, and then you hang a weight from each one of those ends of the torsion bar that are independently swinging on a swivel, that are out of balance, that are an unbalanced force.
Unbalanced?
Yes, unbalanced.
Unbalanced. How are they unbalanced?
How are they unbalanced? You have one weight on one end, you have another weight on the other end. There is still unbalanced force. It's torsion dynamics. It does not always work. It is not consistent. It is not an experiment. No one has ever observed mass attracting mass any fucking where.
Just because you say it doesn't make it
no.
Show me
You just admitted that you have never witnessed two objects drawing together.
I did.
By where? What? No, not Cavendish.
It's all over nature.
Okay, tell me where. No, not in the universe, not in Narnia land. Keep it terrestrial here, buddy.
The moons of Jupiter.
No, fuck you and your moons of Jupiter. Jesus Christ! I said, stay out of Narnia land. That's all. It's all speculation, brother.
Dave, calm down.
No, stay on Earth.
It's okay.
Stay on Earth. You don't tell me to fucking calm down, asshole. This is my show. You got it?
Okay.
You dig?
Yep.
All right. Now, in nature,
hey, my first
on Earth, shut the fuck up a minute. On Earth,
okay.
On Earth, that's the only place there is. That's the only place you even fucking know of. Earth. When have you ever witnessed in nature two objects drawing toward one another merely by volition of their existence?
An apple falling off a tree.
No, that's not being drawn to anything. That is a heavier than air object. That is a heavier than air object not being able to be supported by the medium.
What don't you understand about the globe? The globe.
What globe? What don't I understand about the globe? The globe is fucking ridiculous, dude.
What on the globe?
No. We're not talking about a globe. You're talking about gravity right now.
Yes, which has to do with the globe in the center.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You just said it's masses attracting masses.
Right.
Okay, so tell me where in nature on Earth, where that's all there is there, have you ever seen two objects draw together merely because they exist? How come an apple doesn't go toward a mountain? Yes. How come it doesn't go toward the tree? How come all the apples on the tree aren't leaning toward the tree?
Where's the biggest mass, Dave?
What difference does it make?
You don't know? You don't know?
Wait a second. No, wait. You're still dealing in a myth.
You don't know where the biggest mass is then.
You're presuming a globe. You're presuming a globe, Christian.
You're presuming a globe.
But that's what observation shows.
You're presuming no observation shows a globe. No observation.
Have you ever had a firsthand observation of a globe?
Sunset and sunrise.
No, that's the sun. When have you ever had a firsthand observation of a globe Earth?
Sunrise and sunset.
That is the sun, you numpty. When have you ever seen a firsthand observation of the fucking globe? Do you know the difference between a globe, Earth, and a sun?
Yeah, the rotation.
Okay, good. We're talking about the fucking Earth, right?
Calm down.
When have you tell me to calm down again? I'm just going to mute you. Okay. Stick to the fucking topic and answer the goddamn question. If I ask you about the Earth, don't tell me about a goddamn tree. Okay? When have you ever seen a firsthand observation of the Earth as a globe?
So when I got on here, my first question
No.
was
Answer.
You answered the question. That's what you fucktards do all the time. You change the goddamn subject and go
When you
off into
go-
pedantic bullshit.
No, sure,
Answer my
there's a
goddamn
ton.
question.
Sure. When you go up in the air, whether it's in a large tower or when you go up in an
And
airplane,
you saw a globe. You saw a globe Earth.
the horizon doesn't arise to eye level.
It never was at eye level. It's relative to eye level, slightly below your eye level.
Why on a flat plane would it be at your eye level?
I didn't say it was at your eye level. I said it was relative to eye level.
That's what I said. That's what I said, Dave. Why wouldn't it be at your eye level?
What do you mean? Why wouldn't it? After you get up to a certain height, being as that now you have a physical horizon, the horizon would continue to drop below eye level as you rose in elevation. It does not even at 120,000 feet, bro.
Not at a flat Earth.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What
it would always rise to eye level. If we lived on a circle that wide, it would always rise to eye level until you could see the curve of the circle.
Yeah, no, I don't even know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, I know.
Literally, what we're doing is we're talking about going up, and it roughly is a little bit below eye level.
Where's your fucking curve right there? Where's your curve right there?
You're deflecting again. When you get up,
see the background. Do you see the background? Where's the curve?
You're cherry picking now.
No, I'm not cherry picking shit.
Weather balloons show curves.
No, they're from a weather balloon right there. Do you see a fucking curve?
I have no idea where you got this from.
I got it from a fucking weather balloon, man.
We got thousands of these. We got Rob Ski.
I got hundreds of these. I got hundreds of these from different sources, bro.
Well, there's thousands of them with curve too. What's your point?
Well, yeah, when you use a fisheye lens, I got a video of one breathing. Hey, I got a video of one breathing. The Earth is going like this. I got a video of that. How do you explain that shit?
Because that's a fisheye lens. That's easy.
Of course, it's always a goddamn fisheye lens.
So that's
congratulations, you figured it out.
No. That's not what I said. You're straw manning me now.
No, I'm not actually. You said it.
And you know what? You still haven't answered my fucking question.
You haven't answered mine.
You don't get to answer my question with a question.
No, when I got on here, I said, Dave, what does it mean if you see a 24-hour sun?
And I told you.
So it means the Gleason's map is wrong.
No.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Pull up a Gleason's map. Look in the bottom right
I
corner.
got one right in front of me right now.
I've been looking at Gleason's map my whole life.
Dave,
don't even talk to me.
Dave,
this is crazy.
Dave, what does it say in the bottom right-hand corner of the Gleason's map?
Hey, Christian, guess what? I don't live on a motherfucking map.
Look at the bottom right corner of the Gleason's map. What does it say?
I see it.
What does it say?
December solstice.
Read it for us all. Go ahead.
Okay. On December 21st, the sun moves around the Tropic of Capricorn and during the day lights up the southern portion of the Earth from the Arctic Circle to some portion of Antarctic ice. There is no sunlight beyond 80 degrees. I stick to that.
Well, I guess we'll find out soon.
No. Do you know that daylight and sunlight are not the same?
Yeah, it says no daylight. It says
no sunlight.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
You want to look? You want to see it?
No. We'll see in 24
hours. You want to see what it fucking says, Christian?
I agree with what.
All right then.
But
all right then.
24 hours if it's wrong or not.
There we go. We will see in 24 hours, won't we?
So if it's wrong, what are you going to say?
All right. So then shut the fuck up about it until we find out. Right now, answer my goddamn question.
What are you going to say in 24 hours?
What am I going to say in 24 hours? I don't know. We haven't been there yet. Yes, what are you going to do next week? What are you doing? What are you doing April 26th at 3 p.m.?
You say we haven't been there.
What are you doing April 26th at 3 p.m.?
What year?
This coming year.
Oh, what day of week is that?
I don't know. It's your fucking problem. You see, you're asking me to predict the goddamn future.
Well, no, you said we'll see what we see. You're not going down there.
That's right.
Not going down there.
Dude, we were just live streaming somebody down there.
Yeah, but you're not there. You trust them?
Okay.
You trust them?
Well, I don't trust any fucking buddy.
Okay, so then what does it matter?
Look, I'm going to show you something. Maybe you missed this at the beginning. Maybe you missed this at the beginning of the show.
Dave.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
Okay.
Well, then why do you use cell phones?
What?
Why do you use cell phones?
Why do you use cell phones?
Yeah, why do you use cell phones?
What are you
Why
talking
do I
about?
use them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You trust the manufacturers of them?
No, not a fucking bit.
Then why do you use them?
Because we're relegated to having to have one in order to
you're
function in this world. Really?
You're not. Yeah.
That was the craziest deflection I've ever seen of all time.
I'll tell you what, these guys are so full of shit. These guys are.
Is that kind of like
we're done.
What is your fucking point, Christian? What is your fucking point?
If you don't trust
what is your fucking point? Just get to it.
Yeah, right to it.
If you don't trust anybody, why do you use anything?
Oh, I don't know, man.
That's right, man.
Yeah, that was the dumbest fucking comparison I've ever heard in my goddamn life.
You know that or something? I don't know.
That was really stupid. Now answer my goddamn question, you fucking Nimrod.
Oh man, getting so heated. All right.
No, you keep deflecting because you're an asshole. You're an asshole and you keep deflecting.
And the guy.
So answer the goddamn question now.
And Lowry can't understand time zones.
Answer the fucking question, you fucking sniveling shit.
What's the question, Dave? Go ahead.
Oh, you forgot the question already.
Yeah, because you
isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing?
You
when have you ever had a first-hand observation of a fucking globe Earth?
Every day.
Really?
Yep.
That would be a lie.
That is a lie.
So
that would be not being.
So you get up, you walk out of your house, and you go, "Oh shit, man! Look at that convexity and feel that movement and shit." Jesus Christ, huh? That's what you observe.
How much movement can
Hold on, is that what you observe?
Yes. How much movement can a human feel?
Is that what you observe and feel? I didn't. Don't answer my fucking question with a question.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you do. You go outside and go, man, I see that curve all over the place. I feel like I'm on a ball. Let me ask you this question. Did you discover that the earth was a ball and then later on in life find out that you were right? Or did somebody tell you that it was a ball and then give you reasons as to why it was a ball?
Well, from childhood.
It's one or the other. It's one or the other.
No, it's not.
It's not. So you were walking along one day and you said, hey, man, look at that sunset. You know, I think I must be on a rotating ball. That's what happened, huh?
Nope.
Oh, how did you first find out that you were on a globe?
So I was first told I was on a globe when I was young.
You were first told you were on a globe. You didn't recognize it yourself.
Yeah, and then we tested.
You just recognized and said, "Yeah, I know that already." Jeez, why are you telling me that?
Listen, can you listen for a second?
Yeah, if you say something that's worth the fuck to listen to.
So this is the scientific method. You guys are invoking it. I was told growing up, like we're told a lot of things growing up, and then we investigate to find out what the truth is.
Mm-hmm.
And
so what was your investigation? What investigation did you do?
Through science.
Okay, give me an example.
Kinematic equations dropping.
No, you weren't doing kinematic equations at 8 years old, my friend.
Did I say that I investigated at 8 years old?
Well, why didn't you?
Dave, oh my gosh, I don't think you want to go there, buddy.
Oh, well, yeah, I do.
8 years old?
Yeah.
Did you have these conspiracy theories at 8 years old?
I did. Actually, I did.
Okay, well, maybe you were brought up in that then.
Speculate whatever the fuck you want. The bottom line is you've never seen the globe. If no one had ever told you that the Earth was a globe,
I haven't seen the globe.
Nothing in your
did you just say, of course, you haven't seen the globe?
Of course, I haven't seen the globe.
You haven't seen the globe. That was the ultimate question we were trying to get
answered.
You haven't seen it.
No, you didn't. You didn't ask that ever.
No, we asked it from the very first start. The whole night.
Have a first-hand observation of a globe? What the fuck do you think that means?
Of course.
Really?
Yeah.
Where? How did you get a first-hand observation of a globe?
The fact that you don't even understand that question.
No. Don't give me that. When did you see a globe?
Are you asking me when I saw a globe or when I saw signs of a globe? No, that's not what the question you asked me.
No, I didn't ask about signs and your misinterpretation of your own eyes.
Yes,
I said, when have you ever observed firsthand the Earth as a globe? You know what a globe is? It's a whole big fucking round object, right?
Yeah, it's like putting
together. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that firsthand?
I've never seen the globe.
You've never seen it firsthand.
Of course not.
Thank you.
Nobody else. Have you guys ever seen a flat whole Earth?
Every day.
You saw the flat whole Earth. How did you see the whole Earth?
A version of it, as far as my eyes can see.
A version of it.
How is that funny?
How is that
I
funny?
see versions of it every day.
Well, wouldn't that be your default position, is what you observed with your eyes?
No.
No.
So you don't trust your eyes then.
Wait a second. If somebody shows you, if somebody held up this pack of cigarettes in front of me and said, you know what? This is not a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah. Now multiply that cigarette pack by 1 billion times.
Why would I do that?
Because that's what the globe is.
Well, that's what you say it is. When have you ever observed that?
What?
When have you observed that?
When have you seen the whole planet?
There is no such thing as a planet.
Okay, when
unless
have you
you're
seen the
talking
whole
about
Earth?
wandering stars. There's
When
no
have you seen-
balls. Listen, there are no balls of terra firma. I'm going to tell you why your heliocentric nonsense is exactly that.
Okay.
And we're going to go with basic physics. Are you
I'm
ready?
sorry if I'm not going to trust your non-scientific.
I don't give a
facts.
fuck if you trust
I
it or
know.
not. I'm going to bring up empirical, scientific.
You don't understand
proof.
what that word means.
What does that even mean to say that? He does, actually, and I do too.
Okay, go ahead, Dave.
If it means something better to you, I have a bachelor's degree in biology. If you want to appeal to authority, I know the scientific method. He does understand it. So listen.
Oh, wait, I don't.
Okay.
I'm asking Dave, not you, Lowry.
All right.
So, whatever.
Stop white knighting for him. Go ahead.
I'm not white knighting for shit.
Yeah, you
Don't
are.
worry.
You totally are, dude.
What is that? What is that? Like now.
Are you done? Are you done, Christian? Okay. All right. So
This
your
is-
whole
this is from a guy that
heliocentric
doesn't
model.
understand. Yeah, go
Listen to
ahead.
me. Listen. Your whole heliocentric model hinges around a scientific impossibility.
Okay, tell me one.
All right. This is the first one. We're going to
We'll go-
start
we'll
out
go
with the
through it
very
together.
first. What is the first part of that word? Helios. Helios. What is Helios? Helios is the sun. What do they tell us the sun is? They tell us the sun is a nuclear fusion caused by the gravity of hydrogen and helium collecting together and crushing in on itself. Now, do you see a problem yet?
Nope.
You don't see a problem. Okay. When has a gas of any kind coalesced together, decided to go against gas behavior, and just decide all the particles of gas to say, hey, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just stick together. Instead of doing what gas does, let's decide to stick together. And then we can have gravity. Now, do you understand that you cannot have a specific volume of any kind of a gas without containment? And to postulate that you can requires you to prove that you can. Now, that's just the first fucking problem.
No, I can explain all of that. That's not that hard.
Okay, I want to hear this.
Oh yeah, this is going to be. You're going to change the whole world right now. Let's hear it.
You think
First time ever in gas history.
You're going to change the history
Lowry,
of science right now.
Lowry, you think as a biologist, a degree in biology, you think I'm going to change the whole world by answering this question? Really?
Yeah, actually, you are, because we're talking about the second law of thermodynamics. So let's just go. Come on,
Okay,
give
go
it to
ahead.
us.
Say what the second law of thermodynamics means, Lowry.
Just go ahead and tell me. Wait a second, Christian.
No, hold on a
You were
second.
going to no. You were going to explain this scientific impossibility as being possible. I want to hear it.
It's easy. Mass attracts mass.
No, that's a myth.
That's what you say, but it's been
Okay. If mass attracts mass, then show me a volume of gas attracting itself into a ball or into a cube or into just a gob. I don't give a fuck. Show me any gas having its own gravity and pulling itself together. Because after all, they're masses, right? Those masses should be pulling together toward themselves.
You got it. You
In
got
fact,
it.
all of our air should be
got it.
one big fucking gob of ball.
You got it.
Away from the earth. Okay.
You understand now. Good job.
Oh, well, no, I understand your lunatic fucking position, but I don't believe it because that's impossible.
You say it's impossible. but
No, it is impossible. And until you can prove otherwise through demonstrable and repeatable scientific experimentation, you don't have fucking bullshit other than a story.
No. Just because
No.
Just
Do you have any scientific proof?
Sure.
That where?
You have to get off the Earth's surface.
No, we're not going to Narnia's land.
Just because you. This is the biologist laughing. How did the world did you pass college? And
I learned the scientific method. I understand you can't have gas pressure without a container.
You're
I mean,
proposing.
it's pretty obvious.
Wait, Lowry, when was that
you're
ever
proposing
stated?
that a gas.
Hold on, Lowry.
In fact, the lightest gas in the
when was
world.
that ever stated in college? That is just a flat Earth talking point that you heard from Dubay or Oakley.
No, actually, I learned that.
From what?
It's how gas behaves. That's how gas
behaves. Show me a textbook.
What, I'm appealing to a textbook. You want me to run and get my old college textbooks out right now?
I'm definitely asking you to appeal to something higher than yourself.
You know what I'm asking you to do? I'm asking you. Hold on, Christian. Fuck off with your little pedantic bullshit. Nobody cares about textbooks. Here's what we're after right here. Cite any scientific experiment that proves that a gas will coalesce together and form into a containerless mass of gas. Go ahead.
It's demonstrated all throughout astronomy.
Where? No, it's not. Astronomy is not science. Okay, I'm going to kill your other little fantasy right there, right now.
Because you don't
Astronomy is not science. Nothing scientific is done. You're talking about pseudoscience.
No,
show me or cite to me. Listen, you won't be able to answer the question correctly unless you hear it all. And if you're running your fucking cockhole, you can't hear what I'm saying.
So nuh-uh is your answer.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not my answer. Well, yeah, it would be my answer because
exactly.
Thank you. Okay, well, you're proposing a physically impossibility. Impossibility.
So you say.
Well, demonstrate through demonstrable, repeatable laboratory experiments, gases.
Laboratory? It has to be in a laboratory now.
Yes, it does. Otherwise, can you go out into space and make a fucking ball of gas?
No, but we can observe.
No, you can't. That's right. So you have to no. You don't get to go to a place that violates the second law of thermodynamics.
So
you have to first shut up. You have to prove that a gas can remain in a constant volume under pressure without a physical container.
Sure, easy. The Earth's atmosphere.
No, that's begging the question.
Wow.
You need to demonstrate, not point. No, shut up. Not point at the fucking sky and tell me a story.
You can't say nuh-uh.
Yes, I can, because you're just pointing at the sky and telling me a story.
Okay.
Again, you're just
Dave, that weather balloon?
You're pointing at the sky and telling me a story.
The weather balloon.
I don't give a fuck about the weather balloon.
It's in your background. What are you talking
about? What about it? What about it?
What's pressure is that at?
I don't know. I don't have a barometer on the fucking picture. What the fuck difference does it make?
You've never seen barometer readings from a weather balloon?
Yes, I have.
So what is it?
Did I commit them to memory? Are you going to?
No.
Hold on. Wait a second.
No, I agree with you.
Okay, so you're I'm not disputing a pressure gradient.
Okay.
I'm not disputing that.
Well, how does that violate the second law?
What do you mean?
You always say it violates the second law of thermodynamics.
Well, it has to be contained because in order to have a pressure gradient, shut up until I'm done.
Doesn't say that.
Holy God. In order to have a pressure gradient, you have to have pressure. And in order to have pressure, you must have containment because the pressure comes from Are you ready for this? The pressure you feel comes from your displacement of the contained medium. If the medium was not contained, it would offer no resistance whatsoever, and you would feel no pressure at all.
So does it have to be physical containment?
Yes, it does have to be physical.
Citation.
What?
Citation.
What do you mean citation? It's common sense.
No, it's not.
Yup. Unless you've got proof of gravity having any effect on air without pointing at the sky and telling me another stupid fucking story.
Why do we have pressure gradients?
Because of various gas laws all working together. Would you like a list?
I would like actual examples of how it's
so I went out this morning to go to work, and guess what? My thing came on and said all of my tires were low pressure this morning. it was also 28 degrees out this morning. Isn't that wild? Now, do you think it was maybe the cold, the temperature reduced the pressure, or did somebody sneak up to my Jeep and remove the same amount of pressure out of each one of my tires?
So there's
Exactly.
there's gradients.
Okay, so way to shut the
No,
fuck up. I'm
no,
not
no,
done.
you stopped.
Stop
You stopped.
looking for one singular answer, dipshit. That's
what
where
you're
your
looking
problem
for.
is.
You're looking for one singular answer.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
What did I just say? Hold on. What did I just say? What did I just say? I said it's a cocktail of various gas laws working together, and I just gave one.
How come it's warmer at the top of the atmosphere?
It's not.
Oh, it's not. One of your guys' claims is that
I don't care about somebody's claim.
It's your claim.
I'm not my claim.
So you
Not my claim. Stay here. Why are you always wanting to go other places instead of what we're talking the fuck about?
No, this is the same thing. You said.
All right. Well, are you ready to hear the other factors involved with it, or are you just content with one thing?
Please explain. The further out you go of our atmosphere, it gets.
No, you explain to me and prove to me that gravity has an effect on gas. That's your claim.
Mass attracts mass. Easy.
No, that's okay. Well, then show me a mass of air being attracted to something, and don't point at the sky and tell me a story.
Where else am I going to get gas?
You're living in it.
So I can't point at the sky? You just said
no, not as an example, because that's just a reification of your stupid fucking story.
No, mass attracts mass.
No, that's a myth.
Okay.
That's a myth.
It's been proven many times.
No, it has not been proven at all. It's never been proven. It's never been observed. It's never been observed.
You guys,
it's never been observed.
Yes, moons rotating around planets.
No, that's Narnia bullshit. That's you again pointing at the sky and making up a story.
Well, this is what you guys do. You come into all these science experiments, quote unquote.
How is you looking at the sky and saying those are moons rotating around a planet? How is that fucking science?
They didn't know that at first. What are you talking about?
How is that science?
Expectation bias.
How is it science? What science was done?
What do you mean? Cavendish.
What science was done if you looking at the fucking sky and making up a story about what you see? What was the science involved in that?
Astronomy?
That's not science. That's looking at the sky and telling stories.
So Dave is going to say that astronomy is not science. I
don't know what Dave is going to say. I'm telling you what I'm fucking saying.
That's you. You're Dave.
Okay, yes, that's what I'm saying. Astronomy is not science.
Okay, bud, stick with that.
Can you tell me what they do that's scientific?
Sure. They make predictions. They make
that's
hypotheses.
Scientific. Listen.
What?
Observing,
oh my gosh.
Wait a second. Observing. Wait a second. What testing are they doing? How are they testing their theories?
Because they're measuring different galaxies.
You can't measure a fucking galaxy.
Okay, so
How the fuck are you going to measure a galaxy?
No. Astronomy.
That's not measuring.
Redshifting. Oh my gosh.
That's bunk.
Oh, so you say. So
Yeah, because it is. How come when you focus in on one fucking star, all of them are in focus?
What?
Yeah.
Okay, show me that.
We've got piles of evidence of this shit.
We got piles of it. Just because you're ignorant doesn't make it not so, brother.
We got piles of evidence of things.
Yeah,
in focus
you say that. You say that, but there is
we actually, if you actually took the time to look, we would find that
then how do you explain the sun disappearing from the bottom up?
It's called perspective.
Okay, tell me what you mean by that.
Okay. So in art class in high school, they give you a grid system to show perspective. If you want to draw a house, say a house,
I agree.
You have to have a perspective point. There's a condensing point of perspective. It works the same way with if you look down a long highway with
but it doesn't make the
no, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
Okay.
He won't let you be done, Lowry. He won't let you. This is why this guy's a fucking moron. He can't shut the fuck up long enough to hear a point. He's too busy thinking about what the fuck he's going to say next.
So you want me to finish the thought or not, Christian?
Oh, I do.
Okay. So here's how it goes. All right. So your eyes see in a perspective thing that gets smaller. We can all agree that there's you see a car down the street, it's smaller. You put it up to your fingers, it's smaller. Okay. The sun works the same way. The sun goes away. It's local. It disappears into a vanishing point, into perspective. Now, sometimes it appears that it's disappearing from ground up. That happens virtually because of the density of the vanishing point. Okay. So it looks like it's halfway down, but you zoom in on that fucker, and guess what? That fucker comes right back up because it's going away. It's going away into what we would call the
How come?
No, I'm not done.
Okay.
Yeah,
there's a deck of
here,
a path.
I'll do you a favor. I'm going to do you a favor, Christian. I'm going to mute you until he's done. That way you won't have, every time you want to jump in, you don't have to. And then when he's done, I'll unmute you because you seem to have a lack of self-control. Go ahead, Lowry.
Okay. So, yeah, you have perspective. And everything disappears into basically oblivion at some point. All of us have this with our eyes. This is how we see. Things get smaller as they get further away. The sun does the same thing because it's local, right? It goes away, 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 away. And then, but if you zoom in on it, you can bring it back up off the horizon and it comes back in. We even have photography of the sun literally disappearing above the horizon. We had a really good viewing day and it was dry and we could see the sun. Actually, it never went below the horizon because we looked. We looked. All right. What I would recommend to you is go ahead and try it yourself. Get yourself a good zoom camera on a really good viewing day. Get it up above and watch how the sun behaves. It disappears into perspective.
You can only zoom in on what can already be seen already. Okay. And if you're standing on the ground, this is the worst place to make an observation like that. Do you know why? It's because you are in the thickest soup of the moisture, dust, and atmospheric gases that there is. Imagine trying to look through 20 or 30 panes of glass stacked together. This is called atmospheric opacity. Secondly, your field of view is compromised by the horizon line itself. Consequently, anything beyond that horizon line, as the object gets smaller, is going to appear to disappear from the bottom up. Your view is merely obstructed by the horizon line itself. An increase in elevation or an increase in field of view, both the same thing, will bring the object back fully into view with more horizon beyond it. So the whole thing is nothing more than perspective. This is why I say I don't want to hear about your long-range observations and your misinterpretation of optics, because it's amazing that these people can not understand how the things they use the most in their life don't work. They don't know anything about how they work at all. And this whole thing about wanting to hang on to the concept of this ridiculous fucking globe is just, it's so laughable to me to begin with. But that's your reason, is your field of view. Now, what I didn't get to finish, Christian, about your pressure gradient and the factors involved there, as I said, we have temperature. We have Dalton's law. Are you familiar with Dalton's law? Okay. We lose some of the elements as we increase in elevation, primarily a lot of moisture as we get higher. Okay. We also have a larger dispersal area, which of course makes the pressure lower as well. None of this gradient could exist without containment. I can create a pressure gradient inside of a compressed cylinder merely by heating one end of the cylinder and cooling the other end of the cylinder. And I will get a temperature and pressure gradient within that sealed cylinder. The Earth is a dynamic pressure system, which means it's continuously working. It's continuously undergoing heating and cooling all the time. Okay? This is what the dynamic system does. This idea of gravity pulling on air, until you can prove gravity, much less gravity pulling on air, you don't have anything. Okay? And go, oh, well, look at Jupiter. It's a gas giant. No, that's another stupid ass story that violates the second law of thermodynamics. You cannot have that ball of gas without a container. It's just not going to fucking happen ever for any reason. And especially not in an area that is claimed to be negative 10 to the 17 fucking torr against what we're at 760 positive torr. Oh boy, Jesus Christ. That's not going to go. You're never going to do it. If that were case, if the gravity could hold gas, then when I open a soda can, it wouldn't go. Psh. The gas would stay in the fucking can because of the gravity. Gravity don't do shit for gas, and it doesn't exist. This mass attracting mass horse shit built off of. And listen, if I was one of you guys and I had to rely on some janky ass contraption created by some lead-eating crackpot from the 18th century, I would be utterly mortified, embarrassed to have to use that as my proof of this myth of mass attracting mass. That's just that ridiculous. But if you cannot show air being drawn to an object just because of its existence, then I'm sorry, you don't have a fucking containerless atmosphere. Gravity does not do anything to air. There is no such thing as gravity. You are never in a condition where you are not subject to a medium. That's it. Now you're unmuted. See how easy that was?
So Lowry, I'm getting feedback through somebody. Roger, yeah. So Lowry, what is Roger still coming back for you?
Oh, sorry.
Is that coming through, Roger?
Yeah.
It probably is me. I thought it might go away, but it didn't.
So you said something about visual density, Lowry, and to the sunset, and also
opacity.
No.
It's opacity. It's a condensed version. It just gets more and more. You have, as you get to infinity in your distance as perspective, what happens is you cannot resolve what you're looking at anymore.
Yeah, but I can resolve a sunset. I can see the top of the sun going down.
No, you're not seeing the top of the sun. You're seeing the top of the light being magnified through the atmosphere.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that we can talk about.
Sorry.
Well, if you're asking me that, I don't want to mute you this time, but like if you're asking me like about this phenomenon, there's a couple ways to talk about this. All right, you literally have your perspective. It gets smaller and smaller until you cannot resolve what it is that you're looking at anymore, because that's how your eyes work. We can't see forever. We can't. You know, there was a really great story about why can I see Spain from Long Island because it's flat, right? No, Spain would look like the point of a pin in perspective that way. It's so condensed at that point in time, you can't resolve it anymore. What also happens is it disappears from the ground up. We've got plenty of experiments on a tabletop camera experiment. It's really simple. It just disappears from the ground up. Now you have another phenomenon that happens when you have moisture in the air. It will also magnify the sun. So you will have the sun going away, but it also appear to get bigger with more atmosphere that has magnification in it. So you'll have a little bit of things. It's really hard to determine how that's looking. But at the end of the day, you're really just looking at resolution and you're looking at the perspective and how it disappears. It's local. And as long as you get your arms around the fact that the sun is local, it makes total sense every single time.
Hey, Dave.
Hey,
Lowry. Can you pause that for a second?
Yeah.
Can you pause it?
Keep watching. Keep watching.
How come the glare?
Look
at the glare. Look at the glare.
Yeah.
The
wow.
glare.
Yeah. You know what? Ain't that something?
The glare.
Hey guys, can I give perspective on this for a minute? Is that cool?
Yeah,
I don't mean to chime in. It's just that I've taken sunset and sunrise videos with my P900, and I've done it where there's like no humidity in the air, and I've done it many different ways. I know it's one of like the flatter talking points, and again, I'm not on either side. Like I'm just sort of like agnostic in this whole thing, but the whole thing is when you do zoom in with the P900 camera and you keep the sun zoomed in, the sun, once it hits the bottom, once it hits the horizon, the bottom of the sun hits the horizon, it takes less than 3 minutes for it to actually completely go down. So this whole notion that you could actually zoom further in and bring it back into play, that's not a real thing.
We're looking at it right now, and I've got like about 1,000 examples.
How do you guys not understand?
Well, Lowry, could I just, hey, Lowry, like, listen, I'm with you, like, for the majority of, like, I mean, we agree about, like, 99% of the things, but with this one thing, I I was going to say it doesn't really do like, because you're looking at it, okay, because a lot of that is an optical effect. Well,
Yep.
so because
Yeah.
I did it two different ways, because I did the exact same sunrise and sunset with my iPhone and with the P900 at the same time.
Mhm.
And when you're looking at it from two different, I actually have videos on my channel that show this. And so when you see it from two different camera angles and two different perspectives, depending on the camera, a lot of it is just an optical effect. So when you zoom in all the way on the sunrise or sunset with the P900 camera, the way, I mean, the way, if you think about it in terms of like parallax and like, because something that's further away should be in theory moving slower, correct? Sort of like when you're driving on the highway, a mountain range appears to be moving very slow compared to like the speed limit sign. That's
Yeah, of
right
course. I
next
know.
to
I
it.
know parallax. Yeah.
Right. So the same should go for the sun, because the sun, when it's furthest away from us, should be moving in theory much slower because it's way far away. But that doesn't happen. And that's what sort of I mean, that's what kind of that's why I'm in no man's land with it, because as
Well,
much as I agree with the
let me
majority
tell
of
you,
what you,
Dave. Let me tell you, Dave. This is the thing. There again, you're on the fucking ground. Okay.
okay.
When you're on the ground, your field of view is compromised by the horizon line. Right now,
Right.
you also, like we said, you've got the thickest layer of shit and primarily moisture, which is going to cause a magnification effect too. Okay.
I'm with you. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So the best way to do that is to eliminate that. Get a better field of view. This is why high observations. Let me show you something. I got some pictures here. I'm going to show you some.
Pull up actually, Dave, if you could pull up two of my videos on my channel, Dave Sims. I've got two. I've got one over Lake Michigan in Illinois, where I'm doing it on a day where there's no humidity and I'm way high up. So I mean, if you that was a sunrise, and then I did one in Mexico for a sunset, and then I got both videos on my channel.
It's
11:11.
Make a wish.
I'm going to
All
look
right,
up
so-
also from the chat. I'm going to look up
All right,
Dave's sun fade
so
video
check
too.
this out.
Okay.
Check this out. These are high altitude photographs taken from different places, right? And you can see that you're getting different angular sizes all the time. Now, this one right back here, this last one, let me go back here. That one, there's a sunset. It's nighttime where they're at taking this picture. It's nighttime, but they're at a high altitude. The sun is set for those people on the ground long fucking time ago. But for the up in the air, you can still see it. But it is smaller. Now, the thing about that too is that when you look at if you've probably seen the one with the Go Fast rocket when it went up and hit the something and stopped. And when it started falling back, there's this twirling thing going around. You're seeing the thing. Well, if you slow that down, you'll see it goes, there's the sun, and then you look and there's a little white dot off in the background. Little white dot. And if you zoom in on that dot, you'll see that dot is the moon. Now, the thing was, that Go Fast rocket was sent up out of Arizona. The moon, when that thing was shot up, was over New Zealand at the time. But you could see both the sun and the moon as the Go Fast rocket was falling. So when you increase your field of view and are not obstructed by the horizon line at a high altitude like this, you can definitely see that these things are right there. They're right there. They're not on opposite sides of a ball, which of course is, again, physically impossible unless you go by this myth of mass attracting mass. And like I said before, no one has ever witnessed this in nature whatsoever.
Sam, I'm with you. Like, I mean, that's like the law of perspective is basically what you're saying. The higher up you go, the further you can see. Right.
Yeah.
So, okay, but here's where the problem is with saying that when you zoom in, you can see the sun because the sun is always above our horizon. Okay,
Right.
because that's not how it actually works. And this is where this is where I'm sort of conflicted, because as much as I don't agree with the heliocentric model, and I would consider myself much more on the flat Earth side of things, when I would do a lot of these observations myself, it didn't actually come to be the observation that I anticipated it to be.
Right.
Again, like I said, even with parallax, because when you think in terms of something that's further away and you zoom in on it, I was shocked when I saw the sun hit the horizon, the bottom of the sun hit the horizon, and in less than 3 minutes, that thing was totally obstructed. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense when it comes to thinking in further things that are further away should be moving much slower, or at least appear to be moving much slower. And so again, so when I zoomed in, again, I had two different angles on it. I had my iPhone and I had the P900. And so when I'm going with both observations at the exact same time for the exact same sunrise or sunset, what was looking, because again, even David Weiss would have this whole the sun fade out thing. I'm like, dude, I'm like, and I tried to reach out to him about it. I'm like, it does not do that. I'm like, dude, that's a total optical effect.
Sounds like he blocked you years ago.
He did. Well, he was pissed that I was telling him about these observations, and I'm like, Dave, I'm like, dude,
you want to look at this one? I mean, this is just one of thousands. We can look
at
it.
Yeah, we can look at it. Sure.
Let's have a look at this. So this was, and just to give you like a little some context on it, it was a very dry. I believe it was in the winter. It would have to have been. I'm, again, ask Weiss on this, but essentially, some of his friends had already thought the sun had gone down. He lives in Connecticut. He's really close to the ocean. He was up at his place, was probably just best guess, maybe 100 feet above sea level, and then he shot a drone up. I'm not sure how far, but it was pretty high. And so this is what he got. Let's just take a look here. This is it's 6 minutes long, but I can make it. We can do the thing, and I'll try to speed it up. And
just hit the fucking play speed up as fast.
Yeah, I got you.
Over in the gear there.
All right, let's do.
And once again, what is this showing us? This is showing us the sun. Okay, the sun is not the Earth, and we don't really even know what the sun is. Austin Thompson is doing a lot of research into that. That's really cool. We don't know what the sun is, and it's no way. And let me tell you why everybody goes to sunsets and sunrises when you say,
right?
What makes you think
some volume down here a little bit,
right?
Yeah, so I'm running it at pretty high speed, and I've seen a number of these videos.
You can probably mute it. So we don't have to hear
I'll mute it. Let's see. There we go. So,
but here's hold on. What I was saying. We're looking at the sun, and the reason people always go, well, I ask them, well, what would make you think you live on a globe? Well, sunrise, sunset. And here's why you say that. When you were a little kid, because every kid does, you asked an adult, you asked a teacher or your parent or someone else, Mommy, Daddy, where does the sun go at nighttime? And they told you the bullshit that they had heard. It goes on to the other side of the globe. And you went, oh. Okay, that's why you jumped to that, because that's one of the first fucking things you asked when you were a kid. The reality of it is the sun has not got shit to do with the condition of where you're viewing it from. The stars in the sky have nothing to do with the condition of where you're viewing them from. Birds soaring through the clouds have nothing to do with the condition of where you are standing viewing them from. Those are objects in the air. When it comes to the Earth, the Earth is a stationary topographical plane contained within a dynamic fluid pressure system.
People are contained because they're bullshit. And
well, no, they're not. They were told that because they regurgitated this nonsense back to someone, they were told they were smart. I bet that when you learned your planets and you told Grandma and Grandpa and Mom said, "Hey, Alex, tell Grandma the names of the planets," and you went Mercury, Venus.
My first science experiment when I was a kid in kindergarten was I took clay and I made little planets, in a box.
What they say?
I got a blue ribbon. I got a blue ribbon.
Yeah, they said, boy, you're really smart. You're really smart, Alex. You'll probably be a scientist or an astronaut one day, right?
All right.
And boy, you glommed onto that. That stuck with you. With you. And then here comes some dope smoking hippie comes along and tells you, hey man, that shit's a fucking lie, bro.
Well, because when you think about it, too,
said that to me my whole entire life. My
well,
mom
it's like
landed on the moon. That was the stupidest shit I ever saw.
well, it's that you become emotionally attached when people start saying that kind of stuff to you as a kid. Now you become really emotionally attached to that whole thing. So it's like people with all this stuff that was going on with the mask and all this stuff with the injection in the arm. It's like people became so emotionally attached to their story that no matter how much logic you tried to show them, they were never gonna see it with logic.
Is that what we're dealing with?
What's that? Sorry.
Are they emotionally attached to the mask? Is that what we're dealing with? Like,
well, I think a lot of it is emotional attachment. To get somebody detached from something, you need to get. You can't do it through logic. You have to do it through an emotional. That's why, like they say, the Socratic method is always the best way to get somebody to see something, because you could beat it in their head and you could give them all these talking points and say this, that, and all that other stuff, but they're never going to see it until they come to that realization themselves, and because they need to detach emotionally from it themselves.
Well, it was really difficult for me.
That's true.
Okay, because I was a science space nerd.
Me too.
Listen, I could go over the globe side. I could go over the globe side, and without being a dick, I could totally blow McToon out of the fucking water. I would be the top fucking globetard out there. The amount of shit that I knew, even at a young age. I was reading Isaac Asimov when I was like 12, 13 years old. I was reading all kinds of fucking Carl Sagan. I was watching Cosmos every fucking week. Okay, I was dead into it. And then some of these yahoos on Facebook come along saying the earth was flat. And I said, oh my God, this is like the pet rock or something, right? Okay, let's see what this is about. And I'm like, these people are fucking serious. And I said, I'm going to debunk these guys. This is going to be easier than shit. Well, then I found out how much I really didn't know and how much I just actually believed.
Yeah.
Dude, the humbling, the flat earth humbling was the most.
Where did my belief come from? Where did my belief come from? Was it because it was such compelling facts? No, it was based on the program. Hold on, no. It was because I, like you, like everybody, have been programmed to accept information based on our perception of the person that presents it to us.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do? All I have to do is grab a guy up, say, read this script, set him in front of a bunch of books and a globe, and whatever he says, the little Chiron says he's a fucking PhD. What the hell? He's an expert. Next thing you know, that's fact. Because this guy said it on a news thing or on a book or some other kind of shit. See?
Well, especially if you're getting rewarded in school that whole time. How many gold stars did you get for giving the right answer? You know, so you're emotionally, every time they give you one of those gold stars, you're more and more emotionally attached to it.
Yeah. Well, I was that kid. But see, I was also the kid that was always fucking off.
Yeah.
They thought you're gonna be a loser. You're always fucking off, and then I'd take the test and ace it. You know, this is what you wanted to hear. Here you go.
Hey, here's a fun one. Here's a fun one.
As soon as I found out I could quit, I did. I still don't have a diploma or a GED. I never bothered. You know why? Because it's only as good as the stupidest person that has one. So what the fuck? Why bother?
It's more.
And there's a lot of stupid fucking people. And listen, I've gone on here with physics professors and other such people like that and fucking crushed them. How did I do that? Because school is not a place for smart people. Stop having this unwarranted trust and admiration for academia.
Right.
Okay. You might as well have a trust and faith in the prison system. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's based on the prison system. I mean, it's literally based on, what was it? Not Germany.
Austria.
Yeah, Austria. Yeah, their prison system. That's what our whole schooling system is based on, you know. And I mean, when you see the comparisons, it's almost identical, you know.
Compulsory education was developed in Austria, and then a guy from the United States, you may have heard of him, a guy named Horace Mann. He's known as the father of American education. He went over to Austria and studied this compulsory school system. And boy, is that a dandy way to dumb down a population while simultaneously making them think that they have learned everything that they need to do.
Well, and making them totally compliant, you know. I mean, Yeah.
It's all about the rules. It's all about the rules. And I was the kid that was like, all right, why do I have to walk single file to the fucking room down here? I know where I'm going. I don't need to follow this bobblehead in front of me. And so I would be the one that was testing to see how far out of the fucking rules I could go. Like I'd be halfway in line until they yell at me to get back in line, you know, or go out of line. They say, why do you have such a problem staying in single file? I'm like, why do you have a problem with me not being in a single file? That's my question.
Right.
I mean,
yeah. There was also like, I remember this, like I always had a problem paying attention in school. And maybe that's how I escaped, you know, the indoctrination was I just didn't really care. I was like, okay, I'll memorize it tonight, whatever, until you get out. And then you just go out into the world and just do whatever you're going to do.
Well,
and
I think
I don't think that happens to everybody. I think everybody buys into the indoctrination so much so that their ego gets it wrapped around it, and their ego is part of like the thing that they're doing.
It's presented as a bastion of success. It really is. Yeah. It's presented as such an achievement.
Right. Yep.
Right. Oh, look at you got these good grades and you get to go to the next level like a fucking video game or something.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
boy,
it. Yeah.
When do I get to the boss guy? You know,
like the boss, the final boss.
Right.
Reset.
Well, that's
it's fucking ridiculous as all get out.
Yeah. Well, that's why they can't critically think, because again, they're slowly being indoctrinated. They've like I said, got all those gold stars. They're emotionally attached to it. That's why us like getting away from that system, we're like, yeah, like, I mean, dude, I was, you know, fucking smoking pot, drinking in high school, like half paying attention, you know, but it was like, but by doing that, I think it made me a much more critical thinker by not like being indoctrinated with that shit constantly. I think we're all in that sort of way of being.
Dude, that's exactly where I was at, man.
Yeah.
Me and Kid Rock off the same principle.
Quick, I was gonna. The reason I popped on here was I wanted to make a point to Christian, but he just.
Oh, what's up, Roger?
I was
sorry, we were blocking you out. You go, man. It's your turn. Go to town.
I was going to say, Christian, you should go to your universities and check the PhDs they hand out. And astronomy, astrology, and all those give you a pseudoscience degree. It's actually worded in it. It's crap. It's not science at all. Even the college.
Yeah, he wanted to laugh his ass off when I said it. And a lot of these people, they lose their mind when you tell them that. I say there's no science in astronomy.
100%. Well, that's where like the sciences that they take as like the gospel, you know, those are the ones that don't practice the scientific method at all.
Right.
You know, and that's where it's like, I mean, like you said, okay, you got to verify, you got to test it, verify it, repeat it. It's got to be falsifiable, and if it's not those things, it's not science. You know, that's I mean, you could do it through inference and things like that, but it's like, okay, but again, where's the ultimate test to prove your hypothesis in the end when it comes to astronomy? You can't do it.
Nope.
And when he's talking redshift and parallax and all this stuff, I'm like, dude, the whole thing is still based on a false premise, because I mean, it's based on a premise that doesn't have anything to do with science. So whenever you say Narnia or whatever, like I use the same kind of example. It's like, you know, reading, you know, like Harry Potter or something. You could be an expert in every single thing in the Harry Potter. Now it has nothing to do with reality. You know, but you could be an expert in that. You know,
that's
it's like,
what I bring up. That's why I always use Dungeons and Dragons. Right? Yeah. There are people out there, you know, that are experts at Dungeons and Dragons. They can tell you off the top of their head what a +4 elven sword will do to a fucking orc and every other goddamn thing that there is, but it doesn't make elven swords and orcs real at all.
Yeah.
You know, and he had to put a lot of effort into it. This is the same thing.
Yeah.
This is the same thing. And what gets you so, I just go, oh my God, I don't even want to be part of this species. Okay. So they figured out that their bullshit about gravity and everything wasn't working out right. Right. Even with Einstein's bullshit, it wasn't working out right. And they're noticing that, hey, the stuff in the sky is not behaving the way that I think that it should. Oh shit. I think I'm going to reboot here in a minute. You know, and so they says, oh, we'll just make up fucking dark energy or dark matter or some shit. Well, how do you know it's there? Well, it has to, or else our math doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know.
So speaking of Einstein, or
you guys talk amongst yourselves for a second. I'm going to reboot just to because this thing just fucking locked up on me. So I'll be right back.
Can I say something about Einstein real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, I mean, again, he got rewarded for, doing the bidding on behalf of the powers that be. A lot of people don't know that he was offered to be president of Israel.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, and when I'm like, wow, and then I thought about it. I'm like, okay, that's probably his reward for going along with this nonsense. And I think Elon Musk is the same way. I think he's the same kind of guy,
Yes.
where he's the modern day Einstein, where all of a sudden it's like, if you go, because they put him on this pedestal and present him as the smartest guy in the world. Oh, you can't go against what the smartest guy in the world, because all of a sudden you're looked upon as an idiot if you do, so you can't go against him. But again, I think the whole point of that is just it's they have to present all this stuff a certain way, and that's what even with Elon, he's being presented as like this freedom guy and this and that. I'm like, dude, this is all a Trojan horse setup, if you ask me. Like, I don't think there's anything authentic about what he's doing. Even on X and all that other stuff. I'm like, I would stay off all that because I don't trust anything, that he's presenting at this point, I don't know, Lowry, what do you think?
I mean, it's all theater to me. I mean, none of this stuff matters to me at all anymore. After FE 2015, the rest of this stuff is nonsense. It's really easy for I can say that here and broadcast it to people, but I really truly don't give two shits about politics. The only reason I got involved in even talking about it is when they wanted us to do a a thing. And I was like, look, I haven't done one of those things since high school. And that was the last time I was sick.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say that other than an allergic attack I had from an air conditioner that I didn't clean out the summer before, I haven't had that. Now, knock on wood, obviously, we have some detox issues that happens. I'm not going to go there too much because I don't want to mess up this channel, but there's just nothing to talk to these people about. They don't have any power over you. They're not, they are individuals that live thousands of miles away from you that project power onto you, and you either buy it or you don't. Well, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. And FE really shot me way the fuck out of any of that control system, matrix, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I walked away, and now I'm just trying to find my way through the world. Now, what does this look like now? What am I doing now? I'm like Nicole and I, we are so connected to information. I'm a musician. I love music. I like doing that stuff.
Me too, man.
But I look at this stuff on a daily basis.
Ever. I have like an iPhone 8 because I lost my other.
Yeah,
iPhone,
she went back in time.
Oh, dude, I wish I went back, dude. I got the new iPhone and it sucks. I want to go back to a flip phone because I can't stand any of this shit, dude.
Hold on. This is like going back to a flip phone. I feel like I am on the analog phone line of the digital age.
Life was better like that. You know what I mean?
Print one.
Yeah, and let me address some chat here. Carrie Skates. Yeah, I did. I voted against the deep state in 2020. That's the only time I voted in my whole life. So there you go. So you got me talking right now. I voted. And guess what? What you're saying or what you think you know about me is bullshit, because I literally thought at that point in time, if I'm going to make my vote known now,
What do they know about you?
Oh, I don't know. There's just Carrie Skates. It's like, you voted in 2020. That's the only time I ever voted in my whole life, because I was like, I want to.
You can look up if you go back in my Facebook profile, you guys all would hate me. I was such a little asshole back then.
Yeah. But guess what? Guess what, Carrie?
Lowry, I think, actually blocked me at one point. We've been friends for fucking years.
I did block her. She's my girlfriend. I blocked her.
Oh, really? No shit.
But what I'm saying is, like at that point in time, in that juncture of time, the 2020 event.
Yeah.
I was very interested in being able to walk around without covering my mouth.
Yeah.
And
same
shooting
here, dude. Yeah.
something into this. And I felt strongly at that moment that there was a certain person that was okay with not doing that thing.
I'm going to interrupt.
Okay.
Right
now I know. Now I know. 4 years later, I know that none of it matters.
Soul Unchained Mind, whose channel you're on right now, and he says, "Hang tight, guys. We're going to be right back," because he's apparently having internet issues. So I just felt like that was appropriate to interrupt you.
That's fine.
About talking about the whatever.
We're still streaming on his channel right now, though, right?
Yeah, we're still streaming. He's going to be back. And I would also say, again, we're talking about political theater.
The deep state is fucked. Look what we can do.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
We should get a jam session going right now, dude. I got the guitar over here. You guys want to play some music?
Yeah. Wait, hold on a second. Carrie Skates. Larry, come on, man. You decide that, not Trump. I don't care about Trump. I don't care about any of them anymore.
Okay, you know something?
You know, that was a last shot into a dying era of like, well, you mean I can't? Like, I literally couldn't go on tour for a 6-month tour that I had
you guys
booked because of this
Can I say
thing.
something, please?
Yeah.
In 2016, Donald Trump was Time Person of the Year. Okay. Time magazine used the same exact photo iconography as they did with Hitler years ago. We are literally repeating the same thing. It's like a different version of a different timeline.
Yeah.
We have Tuesdays. They keep happening over and over and over again. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's Tuesday again. Wait, what?
Right. Nicole is an elf and she time jumps. So you have that.
All time jump. There are so
I'm with it. I can see what you're saying with this. I can see that.
It's not. I don't know if it's quantum physics. I don't know what the hell it is. Saab might be able to explain what it is.
I don't know what she does. She sees things differently than I do, so I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of things that I see different, what do you think a meat suit is?
A meat suit. This is good.
I heard you guys talk about that the other day.
This is a meat suit.
Well, the meat suit's our body. Our soul is inside the meat suit.
You know what she thought it was?
I thought it was the outfit you put on to meet somebody.
She thought it was the outfit you put on to meet somebody. She just sees things in a different way. It is what it is.
I don't understand. I'm just like, wait, hold on a second.
Semantics, as it were.
No, it's not semantics. It's a completely different. It's like, where the fuck did I come up with that? Because obviously, like everybody else is right.
Do I semantically fuck up words all the time, and it's actually magic? Like I'll say something I didn't even mean to say, and I was like, whoa.
Still, like, what the fuck is going on right now? Seriously, like, what dimension are we in? Where the fuck are we?
So she's an elf. There you go.
I'm not an elf. No.
She's my better half, guys.
You can't pronounce what I am.
Okay.
How long have you guys been together?
We've known each other 15 years.
I don't know how many lifetimes.
Yeah, lifetimes.
We
Maybe.
fucked it up,
I don't know.
probably.
We fucked it up and brought it back.
Alex and I have been friends since about 2007, and then we just had been friends up until when?
Till now.
No, like 5 years ago. I traveled in Europe by myself.
Yeah, she went on tour with me.
I was like, oh, I'll be your merch girl.
She's equally she's right on my level of the conspiratorial headspace, the vibration. Like I hate using conspiratorial because it's just dumb. I just call it reality.
Well, you know why?
It's in this realm, and we have been in this realm for I don't know a long time, and we've never had any kind of like, oh, you believe in this? Like I felt really bad when all of the shit happened to Alex, when everybody was like rah rah rah, and Alex felt really bad about like telling people the truth.
Are you talking about the flat Earth? Like when I came out and said the flat Earth?
Yeah,
so?
I mean, like there have been like
I took a bunch of heat on that one.
Sitting there, and like there was no way. There was nothing I could do to like I couldn't really defend him. I couldn't there was nothing I could do.
Listen, Nicole, don't you find that like one of the most suspicious aspects of this right off the bat? First of all, the reaction that you get from people the moment you say that, okay, that the earth is not a globe, it invokes anger.
Why?
I know.
I do know. It's a reaction to your programming, right?
Right.
Yeah, it definitely is. And then I thought that myself. I went, wow, why did that kind of make me angry? What the fuck is it about that made me angry? And I tried to justify it by it's ignorance being spread. Well, I don't give a fuck really about ignorance being spread. That's your own problem,
Yeah.
So it wasn't that. And I had to really dig in and look, and I was like, holy shit. And then I asked myself this question right here. And it's the one I tried to ask that guy, that Christian guy. It's like, bro, if nobody ever told you that the earth was a globe, right? You just grow up and say you grew up in the 1800 type environment or whatever, and you're just bebopping along, going about your daily business and everything. And then all of a sudden some Yahoo comes up to you and says, hey, man, did you know this where you're standing is really a ball and it's in a void?
That's some ball shit right there.
I know, right? So this is why they have to teach it to you. This is why they have to tell you, and at a very young age. Why does a child need to know the planets in their order? What benefit is that ever going to be to him?
Kind of weird,
now,
right?
They had us believing. Now, let me tell you what they had us believing. Okay, you got to remember, I was just a little kid when they went up, landed on the moon. And I wanted Tang breakfast drink so bad and shit because Neil Armstrong drank it and everything. Yeah, dude, I was in it.
I love Tang, man.
I had a
Everybody
snowsuit.
loved Tang.
I had a snowsuit that looked like a NASA astronaut suit. Had even a NASA patch on it. And I'd go out in the snow and like move around in slow motion and pretend I was on the moon and all that bullshit. So I was really digging on this. And then they came up with this thing called the Presidential Physical Fitness Awards, right? And this was because they wanted to encourage everybody to be physically fit because we were going to be the generation that was going to go to space. And listen, David, by the time you're 30 or 40 years old, commercial traffic to and from the moon, parents will be in a rest home on the moon where the gravity will be better on them and everything, all this bullshit.
Yep.
Right? They really did. They had us going. They really had
We
us
had the
going.
presidential award.
So here
too.
I am. I just turned 59. I just turned 59 years old, right? And then I see a thing comes up on my fucking screen and says Artemis mission postponed till 2027. And I'm like, I'm gonna get to go one day.
If there's one thing I could teach to the kids of the world, it'd be like understand the notion of kicking the can down the road. If you get that one, you're going to understand actually how all this works. It's like, well, you just push it off because most people can't remember an hour behind him or an hour in front of him. If not even
imagine being a
less.
kid growing up today with like the electronics that you have? Like, can you imagine?
I had no cell phone, no internet, no
I
anything.
am so glad that we did not have iPhones at
Same here.
1996 in Detroit. Okay, literally so glad.
That's what I said. I feel like I never would have learned anything because it's like attention deficit. It's like, boom, serotonin spikes here for all this stuff. It's like I never would have learned to play any instrument. I would never would have learned anything. I feel like if it was with these phones,
Yeah,
exactly.
And here's a bugger of it. Here's one of the big buggers of it. It's like I grew up with the card catalog, and I couldn't hardly find anything.
Book?
You had to spend hours to find something.
Yeah,
and now I can just pick up whatever the fuck this is and ask it any question I want. I mean, having this back then, I would have crushed. I would have crushed
you can crush it now
everything.
because you
But now I am,
you can apply the card catalog Dewey Decimal System for the unique search thing.
By the way, going back to the whole thing with like presenting flat Earth to people, I think a lot of it is because I think we were all in that same boat of like we were so excited to hear about it, and then we would try to like tell other people and be like, "Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this." But I think the term flat Earth itself is such a turnoff. Where I started just telling people alternative cosmology or alternative astronomy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you there. It's not, you know what, honestly, it's because I don't have any boobs and I feel like it is insulting to me.
She really doesn't have any boobs. She
really
very,
like
very
once
small
you go
boobs.
flat,
I
you
got
never
some
go
boobs.
back. And that's really
got the little cupcakes.
For all you newbies out there, I don't know how many newbies are in here.
Whether or not it's called flat or not, like it doesn't. Yeah, I agree with you. It can be called a whole bunch of different things.
For all your newbies like that are just in here for the first time, like globe skeptic is the easiest one, and that kind of puts people
Maybe
on
we should
their
start
heels.
calling it big tits.
Yeah,
and then more people would like.
Yeah, so like if you really want to like approach it to like
I'm serious.
the
like,
normie.
That's like, can we flip this shit around?
I mean, you could. You got to make it like it's got to land a plane.
Come on, like big titty Earth. You remember like Girls Gone Wild?
Is this how we're gonna reach the women?
There you go.
This is how we're gonna reach the women. Apparently, it's like it's big titty Earth. This is according to
I believe in big titty Earth. I don't know about you.
There's definitely I'm a breast connoisseur of all types and sizes, and I like them all. In fact, I really think that women should have a third breast in the middle of their back for dancing.
Like in Total Recall. Total Recall.
You can probably find it online if you searched hard enough.
But I'm also the guy that thinks that a woman should be placed on a pedestal high enough so you can see up her dress, Anyway. This was taken an hour ago or so in a place called New Jersey. Guy said there was no fixed wings that had no sound or anything to it.
So this is new. This is a new UAP.
You
Yeah,
guys think it's a Project Bluebeam? You think that's what's going on here?
dude. What I find so weird is they're not doing fucking shit about it.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's what's got me. It's like, okay, you've got the FBI involved. Why? Where's the Space Force, man? What about the Air Force? Why is the military not engaging these? Look, I was steering an airplane when I was a kid. I went up in an airplane ride, and pilot was a friend of my dad's, and he let me sit in the co-pilot seat, and he goes, go ahead, take the controls. And I'm like, what? I was only about 9-10 years old, right? He goes, go ahead. He'd already showed me how everything works. And I was already an avid airplane guy, to begin with. I lived right by an airport. And I was steering it. I started banking it and shit. And I went out over the Detroit River. And a couple minutes later, the fucking Canadians come on and said, you're violating Canadian airspace. Turn it's such and such a vector and shit. Now it's like, oh, fuck, because they're, talking about sending up fighters and all kinds of dumb shit. And so the guy says, I got this. I've done it before. You just banked us back over into U.S. airspace. And, they're just going, how about that? What the fuck are those things? Why are they hanging out over our nuclear missiles and shit? I don't know, Bill. Geez, this is really something else. I don't know. And that's as far as it's gone. And they still don't have any idea. Come on, somebody knows what the fuck is going on. Now, I'd heard a lot of scenarios, but this is one that I came up with. All right, think about this. What if these are demonic entities manifesting themselves as...
What if they're not?
Okay, and maybe the people in high positions aren't doing anything and playing dumb because they're already infected by these fucking demons.
I mean, regardless of whatever they are, I feel like they're the best manifestation of anything that is supposed to, everybody gets annoyed about that like rising earth thing, but I feel like it has a lot to do with like moving from a 3D mentality or up in dimensions to like a 5D mentality. And our souls are on a, this is stuff that's been channeled for generations and generations and stories that have been told. So like,
well, have you seen those paintings and pictures from like medieval times or whatever, where there's people, shit in the sky just like this, and they're looking at it?
Yeah.
The most interesting one to me is the Nuremberg incident, which is like, it's public record. You can go back and like the description was in short order. I'll do cliff notes on this. Was that some things showed up above Nuremberg, and then something else showed up and said off limits, and then everybody left. And it's you can look this stuff up.
Well, they're saying one crashed and a guy videotaped it and he put it on his channel, and now his fucking channel's gone. Nobody knows what's going on with it.
Is this a new thing? A new event?
Yeah. One of these things that was either shot down or it crashed or some shit.
Hey guys, I gotta log off real quick. I'll try to log back on in a little bit. Okay.
All right.
Listen, stop. Right. Yeah, thanks for having me out. Hey, Lowry, hey guys, everyone. Yeah, nice hanging out. Cheers. We hopefully I'll hang out soon. Okay.
Right on, Alex. Good having you, Dave. Anytime, come back.
Right on. Thanks again.
Right on, bro. Ryan, what's happening, buddy?
Oh, hi, Ryan.
What's up, man? How you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic, brother.
We're gonna be streaming this entire weekend. So
I've been listening for the last hour or so, and I was just like going, "Wow, I got to get in on this." And then that's all good though. I'm here.
I stream, you stream, we all stream for.
Yeah, I was just saying, Ryan. I was just saying that we're this is probably gonna be one of those weekends where we're kind of gonna be online all the way to Sunday. It's just gonna be one of those ones.
Yeah, so, I'll have to kill it down here in a couple of minutes though too, because like I said, I got to work in the morning. Yeah, but it's an hour later. I don't have to go drive the work truck tomorrow.
So should we do part 3 tomorrow?
Yeah, man.
Let's keep it going, because I think there's going to be a rush of information coming from, out there. And I think we ought to be talking about it this weekend and making sure that we're staying on it. We'll carry it through Sunday, and then we'll have I guess a shit ton of data coming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So like, I just want to be there and be involved in it and talking about it in real time. So count on part 3 tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My wife's going to the beach with my daughter and her best friend. Something about they're doing some kind of fucking marathon run or some kind of shit like that over at Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
So then she's going with the university down to Florida to for some kind of championship bowl game or some bullshit like that, I guess. And she works in the athletics department at the university. So they asked her to go, and she's going to go. She said she could have had a +1 and I could have gone too, but I don't have nobody to watch my kids, my fur babies. So I'll just be winging it here by myself for a while, about a week all together.
But did you ever ask if you could bring your fur babies along with you?
Oh my God, I got 5 of them. How am I going to do that?
You're talking about your dogs, right?
You need
I was going to say that's a lot of hassle. Trust me, to have 5 dogs, no way.
baby nanny.
Yeah.
No, you don't understand. I have land sharks. Okay, I have 3 German shepherds, a pit bull, and then a Jack Shee.
Dude, your dogs would love me. You have no idea.
German
shepherds. They love everybody. They love everybody.
They would love me.
They're amazing.
They would. I want to meet your dogs.
People want to take Peanut. People want to steal Peanut because she's just the sweetest.
I don't want to steal a
she's the pit bull. She's the pit bull, and she's like the sweetest thing. And she's a brute. If you're going to love on her, she's just going to lay up against you, and you're like, okay, dog, my arm is going to sleep now, and she just reach back and kiss you. She's funny as hell.
That's
They're so cute. What are Mastiffs are also kind of like pit bulls. Dobermans are a lot like pit bulls. Like German Shepherds. I love German Shepherds.
You got 3 German Shepherds. That's a lot of brain power.
Yeah, that's
dogs.
a lot of German Shepherds. Do you have like a sled too? Do you go like sledding through Shenandoah with your German Shepherds? Or wait, those are like
no, that's
Akitas,
Huskies.
How far are you guys from LaGuardia?
Like
about
half
20
an hour.
minutes.
Well, I don't know. Hold on.
20 minutes
in
by
traffic or miles?
I mean, like visually, because hold on, if I can get this, my internet.
The flight path goes right over our. We have the planes
literally right over the head,
right over us, and
my internet is sucking really hard tonight.
We're about, I think, 5 or 6 miles from.
Wait, hold on.
LaGuardia.
You got something over
LaGuardia
right now?
Look.
Is it?
Is it current?
Yeah, this went up. Let me see. What was it? December 12th, 9:10 p.m. So this is recent.
I mean, we can go up to the roof and see.
9:10.
Okay,
I can go up and look. Oh, here, take this. I'll
freezing.
go up and look.
All right, so this is listen. They said 10 large drones
reported hovering over
LaGuardia. Numerous sightings of large drones reported over New York City's LaGuardia Airport and nearby areas. Authorities investigating potential airspace breach. So this is what they're seeing.
Wait a second. So it was at 9:10. So LaGuardia's airspace usually closes at 10 p.m. It's supposed to, and nothing is supposed to land at LaGuardia after like 10. But usually they land until like 11. But let me tell you something. Fly in and out of LaGuardia, getting to LaGuardia, that place is a fucking shit show.
Now see, that's a plane coming in on the bottom. Those
so
things
is this from where is this from? Where's the river? Okay, so this is from LaGuardia.
Yeah.
So,
it's probably a balloon on a very thin string.
Wait a second. If this is from LaGuardia, then we are to the like if you looked right, like 4 miles south. So if there is anything up there, we would be able to see it from the roof. And you know what? I'm such an idiot. I was taking TikTok. I was making a TikTok. Damn it. But you know something that pisses me off? We can't get a really accurate picture of any of these UFOs, but we can get like a accurate picture of Saturn's rings and an asteroid and, fucking like the rover.
Well, doesn't that kind of explain itself?
I mean, seriously.
In order to get any picture of a UFO or Bigfoot, you have to have a grainy substandard camera.
I saw Bigfoot up north of Michigan. And also, there was this one time when I was walking, I went to the bodega, and I was living in Greenpoint, so I was right by that really cool park, McLaurin Park, and I walked to the bodega, and I walked out of it, and there, when we looked in the sky, there was this triangular shape of these, like, kind of like not green, but not like sage green, like sea moss green in the sky, and they were just these like bubbles that were floating in the sky, and they just were just like sitting there, and everybody was like completely mesmerized by it. And I forgot my phone. That was in 2012. But I've seen a lot of UFOs.
Man, there's some crazy shit. I just went under the see what the latest stuff was on these UFOs and shit, and what they got for video and pictures. And this is not just New Jersey and New York. This is all over the fucking place.
Yeah, they're spreading all over the place. There's some that are real and some that are not. Like you got to be careful. It's almost like part blue beam, but part not, but part holographic, but not anything that our souls have ever seen before. If that makes sense, I don't know if that resonates.
What do you think about the idea of masking an already known type flight?
Yes.
Machine with a hologram, right?
Like, you know, why don't they paint planes as like with like mirror? Why don't they paint them with metallic paint? Because then they would just reflect the blue sky. Then they would be invisible, right?
Look into quasi.
They gotta have lights so they don't run into each other. Think about it.
No,
yeah, but if they're on radar, how can then they can see each other?
Nicole, look up quasi crystals.
Quasi crystals?
Yep.
Is that a band?
No.
Oh.
It's a material that they can use that they put on. They can coat something with it, and it mimics the whatever's behind.
That's that Harry Potter shit.
Yeah, kind of. But supposedly they've got this type of paint.
Shit. Yes.
They've got this kind of paint of quasi crystals on these TR3B triangles. So in the daytime, you don't see them. They look like the sky. And at nighttime,
so they can align. They can align the crystals different directions, so you see different angles. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
No.
So I mean, yes, and no. I mean, it's kind of like a
it's kind of like a reflection. When it's mimicking the night sky,
it doesn't reflect.
The only thing people see at night, they see a black triangle that's like blocking out the stars. Okay. Yeah. That's why. Daytime, it looks like fucking blue sky or whatever the sky behind it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure how they work. It's been a while since I've been into them, but if you go into Google or use Yandex really, and then go just type in quasi crystals and you'll find out about them.
Quasi crystals. That's really, I mean, I kind of want to name a band after that or something. Quasi crystals. I feel like that's like the coolest name ever. But
well, me and my friend, when we get together and jam, the name of our band is Barbed Wire Grudge Fuck.
That sounds wet and dirty.
Barbed Wire Grudge Fuck and the Quasi Crystals has ring to it. It really does.
Yeah, that makes me cringe just saying the words.
But I would say that when it comes to the quasi crystals and stuff, I would say it has a lot to do with the subtractive color wheel. So the RGB and CMY color wheel. So if you subtract and deflect light, then there's going to be an absence of the light, which I think kind of has something to do with like dark matter, because you can't see anything in it because it absorbs it. It like sucks the light in. There's nothing to reflect, no color to bounce, no like color wave or photons or anything like that. And I feel like anything that these, drones are doing up there in the sky, maybe it has something to do with this like new way of seeing, because it's almost like a bubble. It kind of has this like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I can't land this plane right now because I haven't really put this into words, but like,
I don't know either.
Yeah, it's just a weird, I don't know. I'm just weird. So
now, interesting thing, these people are seeing this in the water.
Because they're coming out of the water.
Well, in Columbus, in his logs, they reported having a thing that was glowing under the water follow them for like 3 fucking days under the water that was lit up like that. That's in Columbus's logbooks.
Wait, what are we looking at? What was that? What was
So
that?
there was
What is
one.
this? What is
There
this?
was one
What is this?
photographer from
There
New
wasn't. I
Jersey.
went
Hold
up.
on. There was one photographer from New Jersey, and if you zoom into the photo that she took with like a 300mm lens and a really good camera, it literally looked like DMT.
Can I ask a question? How come nobody's putting their cameras under the water to see what the hell that really is?
Right? Where the fuck are all the GoPros?
These people look like they're on a cruise ship.
Or a plastic bag. Gee whiz. I mean,
yeah, like a Ziploc.
Kind of like it's
all
weird.
Right, so I'm just gonna run something by you.
That's a
You're
good
on
point,
a cruise.
actually.
You're on a cruise ship with your sweetheart, and there's other people on there. They're just tourists. They're there to eat food, drink liquor, and party down. Right? That's what they're doing. All of a sudden, somebody sees a thing off the side of the boat. How many people are going to have the shit that they could go and, hey, let's put our camera underwater and see what the hell that is or whatever else, you know? They're not.
I'd be running down the stairs to the underside because there is usually a porthole that's underwater, so you can look out.
These are you've been out in public before, right? You've met people, right?
Yeah, I've been on cruise ships
You're
actually about 6 times.
You're giving them way too much fucking credit. Okay, you're really giving them way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I would have thought of it, but they wouldn't have.
Hey, so I went up.
We can put a fucking rover and take a Voyager like millions of light years away, and we can have the Voyager like last for like, I don't know, century. But yet you can't even have your car last for an oil change at all. Like, it doesn't make any sense. How can they? And then they can't even get the shooter's face from the United Healthcare thing on surveillance camera.
Listen.
Seriously.
Listen.
You've got a point, but
she likes to cast a wide net on her metaphor.
We have something here about one crashed.
Oh, let's take a look.
Let me see here. What's it say? It says, look, this is from Pequannock Township, New Jersey. Confirmed UFA drone has crashed. And there's some kind of a little thing that plays. I think it's a dispatch or something. Let's hear what it says.
Wait, another one crashed? I thought there was one that crashed.
It's all in the same area too. It's all
too.
that same area of New Jersey that all these things have come from.
What was the exact call that this wasn't actually saw it crash or heard it crash? Per the caller, a drone fell out of the sky by the power lines behind their house. And then 10 more showed up. 20.
Huh.
So one fell and then 10 more showed up. What?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, right? It's weird.
That dude's voice.
Sounds like a YouTube video.
Yeah. Well, we've spent some time in northern New Jersey, so like we get the.
I can neither confirm nor deny that a drone fell out of the sky in New Jersey.
So we're, tomorrow night, we'll promise. I promise I'll talk more about UFOs because this turned out to be a South American like thing. But
it's whatever. It's the Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind show. You never know what's going to happen in here.
You never know what
it is like a box of chocolates. Okay,
yeah, I did go upstairs and I looked at LaGuardia. I can see it past the bridge over here. I didn't see anything in the sky. Frankly, I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen anything with my naked eye up here at all. All I'm seeing is stuff on the screen. So like, I might take some time and go up tomorrow because I am getting a really good view and I could see the stars tonight miraculously. Usually in New York, you can't. And I'll try to see if I can, see some things, but it's happening well enough that we should be able to actually go up and see it constantly now.
It's weird that it's LaGuardia though, because, it would make more sense if it was at New Jersey, like ERW. Or at JFK, but LaGuardia is like kind of a little bit inland in like Queens.
Yeah.
And it's really a really awkward airport to fly into and out of. And
it's the most awful airport of all time.
It's the most awful airport.
No, JFK ever. Might be worse, but
actually, you know what? Every airport sucks.
Yeah.
Period.
Like, listen, I'm never going to fly again. I'm never going to fly again. When I flew out to fucking Vegas for the Flattoberfest.
Oh,
and then back. I mean, the whole time I felt like and when I was at the airport and all that shit, I felt like I was in dystopia. It was like there's all these like cattle-like people just standing there with dead looks in their faces, munching on shit, and I'm like, what in the fuck do people even think about, man?
Yeah, flying
and they're just walking through their little thing, doing their shit, and I was just like, oh my God, get me the fuck out of here, man.
Welcome to Times Square.
Little authoritative DEI hires wanting to touch all on you and shit and grab on your crotch and whatnot.
Yeah,
fuck all that. Twisted sexual assault. That's what TSA stands for. Twisted sexual assault.
Okay. They always pull me over.
Anyway,
it's a terrible fucking situation, man.
We will see you tomorrow night. We're going to keep this going. This is going to be a big streaming weekend, everybody. So part 3 tomorrow. And I'm sure we're going to have a lot more data.
Well, tomorrow. Like I said, this is Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind channel, and it is like a box of chocolates. By the time you open it up and get to them, you find out that some other dumb son of a bitch done ate half of them and put them back in the fucking box, you know? So that's what you get.
I lick them too.
Sob? Like, life is like a box of sob. You never know what you're going to get.
Love you, brother. Cheers.
Night, everybody. Yeah, well, I'm about ready to get out of here myself. We've been going 3 hours. That's a little longer than I wanted to, but we're all right. We're good to go. I still get 8 hours in. So, Ryan, you got something coming up tonight or tomorrow or anything?
Yeah, I believe we're going to do a thing tonight. Yeah, check us out. I think we start at 12:30.
All right. If you want, put your link to it. If you haven't already, put it down there in the chat so that we can...
I don't have it handy, but I'm sure Barbara does if she's still in the chat.
All right. Well, Barbara,
thank you.
Grab a hold of it and put it out there. Anyway, that's what I got for tonight. The little Facebook guy never came up. I was glad Christian came up, but you see how they do? You see what they do? They can't fucking directly answer your question. They can't.
I do see what they do.
Answer your question with
another question or with another. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, look at the tree. You know, it's like, no, we're not talking about the goddamn tree. We're talking about what I just said, you know? And then if they can't do that, then they're going to want to go off to fucking Narnia land and start talking about some bullshit there that's untestable, unprovable, and it's just more nonsense on top of their nonsense. And that's what they always do. And you got to get, and you know what? I'm not going to be nice to them. I'm not going to be nice to them. Fuck them. Now, I'll be nice to them when they're like when I had Kent on. Okay. Kent was cool as shit, right? We had a great discussion. Not a problem. But when I get these fucking wormy shits that want to come on and start talking smack, you're going to get back the same thing. I'm going to treat you, if you're going to act like a child, I'm going to treat you like a child. That's all.
As you should, brother. As you should.
You know, and I'm tired of fucking with these guys, you know, tell you the truth. But anyway, we'll find out more about what's going on. Tomorrow's another day with this final experiment. Who knows? Right now, the tracker is showing that that Toon, McKeegan, and Duffy are all in the same bed. What? Anyway, we'll check up more.
Nice. Wow.
Tracking a circle jerk. Anyway, that's all we got for tonight. Join us tomorrow night. I'm not sure if we're going to be 8, 9 o'clock, somewhere in there. It depends on how I feel when I get out of work. Yeah, I'm not a young man anymore. Realizing that. Anyway, as we always like to say up here we're up around Polaris right now. Don't forget the Lord loves the working man. Don't trust Whitey, and see your doctor and get rid of his ass because he'll probably kill you. We'll see you next time on Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. Good night, everybody.
Hey, how all you glow-tards doing? Just wanted to check in from how you were doing when you all learned about me when you were just little wee little ones, and you were too stupid to question anything, and you know, just wanted to check in to make sure you still believed in me. You still believe in me, right? You better still believe in me. if you don't, I'm gonna call you names. Like, you still live in your mama's basement, and you better not breed. That's okay. I know you still believe in me.